Gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Feel Good Friday, and we got WWE Smackdown on top tonight, the eve of Saturday Night Main Event. It's going to be a fun one. Plus, we're watching some TNA. Plus, we got a little bit of Rampage. We got so much going on here at the channel. Make sure you get in that chat. Click all the buttons, but strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your Feel Good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Welcome back in general. It's going to be a fun Friday here. Like I said, we got so much going on. We got 3 shows, bunch of stuff to talk about, bunch of stuff to get into, plus reaction to all your action tonight. I see that chat filling up already. Remember, we want to see it at triple digits, so be a friend, tell a friend, share this link with everybody you know. Let's see those numbers go through the roof. But we already got the action kicking off on one show. The other show's moments away. We will be here all night long. I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and yes, happy Friday the 13th to everybody out there. And it's very much, it's ladies' night in the wrestling. It's ladies' night in the news. I feel a little bit like we got ladies action all over the place here. Well, because on SmackDown, we've got the 2 semifinal matches for the women's U.S. title. Plus, we've got Carmelo Hayes taking on SmackDown's newest acquisition, a.k.a. TBD. And I saw that they had announced Solo versus LA Knight, which I think is interesting.
They have announced Solo LA Knight, which is crazy. I'm not really sure how this came about, but very interesting.
Right.
And see how that transpires. But I mean, again, lots going on, like you said. We get the 2 title matches. Lots of talk about this today. And the one name that's getting kicked around a ton is Braun Strowman.
It's very fitting for the holiday season that we get Braun, the strowman. Yeah, I had seen people initially that were like, it's got to be Penta or something because it's new. He's a free agent. I think that's way too fast. I think Braun Strowman's an interesting one. And wasn't he recently injured? Am I misremembering that? I think that's why he was on the shelf a bit. Okay, so yeah, him versus Carmelo. I feel like Braun on a comeback. Carmelo, sorry, you're gonna get squashed. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised. Like Braun come out and just whoop Carmelo.
Yeah, that's what I worry that they're gonna do because I mean, respectfully, Carmelo is great, but how do you look viable and believable taking on Braun Strowman, who is the surprise opponent that just showed up?
Yeah, and you're the size of his shin.
Yeah, a little bit. You said it, I thought it, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, very intriguing. Penta's another rumor. People have talked about, various possibilities all night long. You guys can get in the chat. Let us know who you think or any of the rumors that you heard. But I do see that chat filling up. I will say hello again. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. I will remind you, we are back tomorrow, 7:30 p.m., Saturday Night Main Event. We will be live for that. We're here all night long watching as much wrestling as humanly possible. And we are about 25 minutes away from the start of the show. I got Fandango, Leon Slater.
Yeah, that's on the pre-show or FDC. I can't, Anthony'd have to help me out with what FDC stands for. But yeah, Dirty Dango taking on Leon Slater right now on the countdown to Final Resolution. But speaking of TNA, do we want to talk about the biggest news story that's been going around today?
Yes.
So for those who don't know, allegedly, reportedly, supposedly, Tessa Blanchard has signed with TNA and is allegedly set to go into a feud. She could debut tonight, honestly.
A lot of her tonight.
Right. And she's allegedly supposed to go into a feud with Jordan Grace to start off with that, which, I mean, if there was any more proof that Jordan Grace is leaving, I don't know what there could be, but yeah. Very interesting, my guy.
I mean, it is a really, really interesting situation That's putting it mildly. That's putting it politely to start out the gate. Dude, I'm shocked. I mean, you sent it to me. Other people out there sent it to me today. Like everybody was blowing up the DMs with like, "Have you seen this? Have you seen this?" And it's like, at first I brushed it off. Nah, they like every 8 months somebody puts that shit out.
Click on the actual link and it's a fan page or something like that.
Right? It's happened many times, but again, it seems like a lot of people, it's all but confirmed what the lady was accused of was deplorable. And nowadays that means you go away and you don't come back forever. But again, a lot of time has been removed. And again, I think it would depend on, I mean, it's so hard to go backwards. You can't undo certain things. And I'm shocked that they're venturing down this road.
Well, this is a very interesting and even controversial topic and everything. I'll put it this way. Initially, my personal thoughts and everything, since we're still this early and long enough in the video, of it's FTB, of if you can figure it out, that's what it is. It's FTB. But I get that everyone at least deserves a fucking redemption arc, what have you. Like, I could see the possibility for it and everything. The biggest stick in my craw is there's been no public apology or anything. Like, she's all at this point like acknowledged that this happened, because there's been no real strong defense, no strong denial, anything like that. We all pretty much know it can happen, clearly by even the reaction that we've seen from Chelsea Green, from Jordan Grace, etc., that have been in that locker room. So just at least apologize, acknowledge it, acknowledge the fucking elephant in the room, so we can all try and move past it.
Yeah, but I see, this is where I kind of get torn a little bit, in the sense of, what if she did make amends with the people that were affected directly?
You have to do it publicly, court of public opinion.
Yeah, but see, that to me is like she didn't offend you. She shouldn't have to say sorry to you.
Yeah, but it's clear that there's still people that are uncomfortable with it that are still there.
But that kind of falls into that, like I said, like I'm offended on someone else's behalf. I can't imagine that there wasn't some type of reclamation or requirements to even consider this.
I don't.
Again, I think it's a very interesting move, but after all this time, yeah, I mean, I don't. Again, I'm a little tongue-tied, which I'm not usually ever online. Right. But I mean, I'm not condoning anything she did. It's disgusting. But again, she doesn't owe me an apology. I think at the end of the day, she has to make amends with the people she hurt. And it seemed like a long list of people that she hurt.
Yeah, but it also feels like she hasn't, with, obviously there's been the whole talk online about Jordan's, I guess, alleged reaction in response to this and getting told she's going to be in a feud with her, of she wasn't down for it. She's like, nah, it doesn't work for me, brother. So
yeah. And again,
I feel like that grievance, that patching up, that crossing the bridge hasn't happened.
And that's the tricky part with this decision by TNA. And Fandango uses the top rope and gets a sneaky victory.
How are you going to use the top rope and not get caught? Like, normally at least do the bottom.
Damn. But again, I think this idea that she should come out and publicly apologize, I don't think that's necessarily true. Again, there was a lot of talk about her trying to make up for her action, and at what point do you allow the opportunity to move on and try again? Like, how
far are the actions that they go that, like, you've crossed a line now that you don't get your redemption arc now? Like, you've gone too far, son, ma'am, whatever, of that, you've crossed a line that you can't walk back.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that again, I mean, if you don't respect the people you work with, if you don't have the respect of the people that work with you, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. it's not functional. Again, we saw what happened with AEW and all their downfalls and the lack of, mutual respect going in any direction. Again, if quality talent like Jordan Grace are refusing to work with her, then her contract's useless. I don't see the point in it. But I can't imagine they signed this contract without at least a long conversation about the past.
One would hope, but I mean, it's interesting when it's Jordan because we all but know Jordan's out regardless. Before this was even a thing, and I think this might be just the ultimate nail in the coffin. But I don't know. Like, can we at least say I feel like this would not be even a topic of discussion? Like, this wouldn't be happening if Scott D'Amore was still there.
No, I mean, again, because I mean, Scott had an eye for talent. I mean, I think if the understanding is that she's made good and she's trying to better herself, and he felt like she was in a good place, yeah, I could definitely see Scott being on board as well. Again, I think it's just about managing it. I'm really surprised they did it.
Yeah, it's really going to be just more interesting of how it's going to play out, and it's going to be a little bit of wait and see at this point. I know you brought it up a bit of, we may have feelings about it as fans, what have you, as outsiders and everything. The locker room's an entirely different situation. It depends on ultimately how they feel about it, and we're not there, so we've just, unfortunately, at this point, got to just wait and see. It is a very interesting choice, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him.
Yeah, and I want to make it clear, in no way, shape, or form am I condoning her behavior. If she's still an asshole, it will come out very quick. No different than all the talk about a guy like Punk. If Punk showed up in the WWE with a chip on his shoulder, being a dick, we would have known real fast. And I think that's the same thing here. If they're giving her this opportunity and she hasn't changed, then it's going to be very known very fast. So, yeah. I mean, again, a very, very interesting topic, a very touchy subject. But again, I can't imagine TNA signing her 5 years without knowing.
I didn't know it was that. I just knew that she had signed. I didn't know it was 5 years.
Somebody reported it. Now, again, we don't know.
Allegedly
on a lot of this. But at the end of the day, I think that, I mean, I think as humans, we need to be more forgiving, and we preach understanding. We preach.
But you cross a line. There is a line.
Yeah, I mean, sure, there's a line. But at the end of the day, the people that are the most hurt or offended by any of this are none of the people involved. If the people involved are content, then I mean, it's not our place to tell people how they should and should not.
Fair, yeah, we can't speak upon it and everything. We can have an opinion on it, but we weren't party to it, and that's between them. I mean, granted, I know for some of us, obviously, certain accusations, certain things that happen and everything would be hard to move past, but yeah, it didn't happen to me, so I don't know. Like you said, yeah, it didn't happen to me, so I don't know if I can be judge, jury, and execution on this.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It really is. And again, some things maybe shouldn't be forgiven ever. But in a world of, going through the last couple of years and cancel culture being what it is, it's, there is no coming back. One fuck up, you could be dead forever. And I don't know if that's at the basis of what we should be doing with each other.
Fair enough. Well, try and pivot away from this as I can. And I'm going to shift this in a different gear since you talked about coming back. How do we feel about A, Toni Storm's comeback, and B, that her return match is on Rampage that's dying at the end of 2025?
Wait a minute. She has a match.
I
didn't know the Rampage part.
No, you didn't know this? Oh my God. I thought you were fully aware of this. No, 100% of Brian Alvarez, AEW known, Dave Meltzer, Penny Sniffer, was out there even saying that you could have had a list of 200 plus AEW talent that would have gone in Tony Khan's office, what have you, and would have been aghast, agape, flabbergasted, shocked, appalled that Toni Storm's big return after all of this, after the retirement that sent everyone in a tizzy, everything, she comes back not so timeless. Her debut match is on Rampage. That was a taping. So literally within like in 5 to 10 minutes of her debuting, she has a match.
Man, that is a tough fucking shout. Now, her coming back the way she did, I was fine with. I think a lot of people, that timeless character kind of ran its course. And continuing to be timeless, a lot of people, a lot of nights, and I remember on these streams, you know, we're kind of like, we're kind of over timeless Toni. So her kind of coming back out, going back to the old vibe, retiring, you know, timeless doesn't bother me. The moment was good. I felt they rushed the end of the match, though. It was almost like, shit, we got to go. And then match was just over. But I love Toni Storm. I think this is great for her. And the fact that they booked her on Rampage, they should be ashamed of themselves. Like, that is fucking insane. What are we doing? Like, what are we thinking, Mr. Khan? What is the plan here? How could you do it? Who is she fighting? Commander?
Harley Cameron. Her return.
I like Harley.
I know we say at times the term fumble is overused in everything.
This isn't a fumble.
This is a fucking fumble. Oh my God.
This is a shanked field goal. This is a brick.
No, you can't say that to a Buffalo Bills fan. You can't talk about wide rights and everything like that. Here's memories. I'm staring off like a non-veteran right now.
Right. That's my bad, Nick. But no, it's literally a fucking you know, throwing a brick on a dunk. Like, it is fucking insane. And this is what's driving me nuts about this company. And I had people in the chat with me on Wednesday who were like, all you're doing is, you know, bad mouthing the show. And I'm like, I can only react to what they're putting in front of me. And this is another perfect example of like, oh, why do you gotta hate on them? No, I just don't fucking get it. I don't understand.
Why did you have to do it then? Like, is it, I'm trying to more just understand. It's like we've talked about recently of like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed at this point. Like, God damn it. Like, why? What made you think that you needed to do this? Was it because you figured, well, she'd stay getting a pop and everything because she just debuted and you don't want to risk her showing up and not getting a pop or something, which is weird to think. But I don't know how I feel about her going back as the old gimmick. I almost would have rather seen a new gimmick, or I like come back with something, a variant of the timeless, like the timeless, like jump the shark and then somehow managed to come back around and do another lap, I feel.
Yeah, but I feel like if she came back as timeless, a lot of people would have yawned. And
it's hard to do that one as a baby face, and she's very clearly going to be the baby face here. But it's just, what made you do this on Rampage? Why are you the way that you are?
I don't get the Rampage thing at all. Like, here's funny. Like, you have Jamie Hayter. She loses the title, comes back. They bring her back on a pre-show and has been doing nothing. Now she's going to get targeted by Julia. We don't know why, what the beef Julia has with Hayter. But Hayter didn't do what Tony's doing. Why didn't Hayter show back up and go, hey, hi, my belt? Like, why did that Thunder Rosa goes away? Barely see her. Why hasn't she staked a claim on any of these titles?
What makes it even worse that you mentioned Thunder Rosa is she was in the crowd with signs.
So I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Well, and last thing I'll say is we've got like 9 minutes, so we gotta say hi to everyone in the chat. Sorry, we're long-winded tonight. It's like we haven't seen each other in 24 hours.
Right?
Shut up. I know it's me. Did you see where Tony Khan wouldn't sign the front of a fan? You are Ricky. I gotta sign the back here.
Oh, who's Ricky? Oh,
yeah.
Why not sign it? You still paying his checks. So why wouldn't you just sign that for the girl?
If everything you said is true and honest, of that you wish you could use them and everything like that, and I wish I could get them on, then you should be right there with it, motherfucker.
Well, dear Tony, your words and your actions don't meet. They're not mathing, bro. The
veil slips.
Yeah, like, just sign it. It's not like she said, "Can you sign my CM Punk sign?" And he was like, and even me personally, I'd sign it. I would sign it 100%. Sign it. Put a little funny note at CM Punk, whatever.
Right.
But like, it feels so childish, Nick.
Like I said, the veil slips of the man. It's Petty Con instead of Tony Con, because very much like, even like you said, even if it's a CM Punk sign or something like that, feared for my life, Tony Khan, 100%. You play into it. Like, if you're gonna try and say you're the cool boss, which, by the way, he was very awkward of, oh, this is my 5th Dynamite. Like, why are you so shocked, my guy? But yeah, if what you're saying is true and earnest and everything, and oh, I really wish I could use Ricky Starks and everything, then you should have no problem. But the fact you have to make it a thing, and now granted, to some people, this is picking at, making mountains out of molehills and everything like that. But I mean, when you want to put everything out there, everything being out there is going to snafu on you sometimes.
Yeah, was I sitting there freaking out like, oh my God, I can't believe this guy? No, not at all. You laugh at it. I mean, again, it's humor. Like, again, I know the idea of like, oh, people are just nitpicking now. Nah, we saw a video. The take is, what the fuck? And we're moving on. Like, nobody, if anyone out there right now is like fucking enraged by this, you probably need to seek help. And for my money, like, just it's okay, but he looks so bad. Just sign.
It's just such a funny moment. It's just such a funny moment. Like, you'd be laughing at any CEO that ran into that situation. Christ, the CEO of Enron got pied in the face today. Right. Everybody laughed at that shit too. So 100%.
But man, like, literally, like, Cody should give him that golden shovel, because he's just digging a hole. Dig a tunnel. Right? And my fear as a wrestling fan is, at some point, the hole's going to be so big, he's going to drop his whole company in it, and we're going to have to fucking patch it over and pat the ground down.
Right. And then you got road construction, and I hate fucking detours and everything like that. It adds so much into my commute. But speaking of detours, we should probably get to the chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a rapid fire roll call. We got lots of names, but thank you for being here. Again, that's kind of your pre-show tonight. That's us. This is what we do when we're not live. So
welcome to the pre-show.
Right. So click like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. Let's see if we can get this back to triple digits and have a good one tonight. Jonathan, welcome. Get ready. Odds, welcome. Clay Lewis is back, watching all the sports. The man has 44 TVs.
You can't acknowledge the comments. You just got to read name.
Yeah, I'm not acknowledging many of them. Yo, what's up, TJ? How you doing? AD, I see it. ED News is a new name. Welcome. Damien, the leader of the Hopium Tribe. Big Nick, reminding everyone to check our Discord. Frank, welcome back. Damien, got you. Quidarius, Christopher's back with us. Dale, the OG, the current prediction champ. His title will be on the line tomorrow. We're not going to put it on the line tonight, because our attention's already split in 3.
Yeah, a little bit.
Congrats, MDB. Welcome back. Boston, good to see you. Big Dog, always a pleasure.
By the way, Kazarian just got the win over Jonathan Gresham.
Yes, he did. Frankie finally gets the main event scene is kind of crazy right now. Ken, welcome back. We'll get into it. Dan. Rocco, welcome back. Good to see you. Juice is with us tonight. AD and AZ, good to see you. I know you got some big comments there, folks, and I know a lot of it was Tessa stuff, but we appreciate it, and we might circle back.
If anything, leave your comments when the stream's done and everything. Yeah. We always pay attention to the comments and everything like that. So leave your comments on the video after the live and everything.
Very true. ABJ is back with us. Paul Scott, welcome. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights, was Wrestling Proud back with us as well. Samuel Jeffries, not Jackson. Alexis White back with us. Jason, what's up, cousin Alexis? Hammerstone is out for tonight's match. PCO and Sammy Callahan. Do we get 23 tonight? Hold that thought. We'll try and remember. Once we finish this, we'll quickly talk about the 23 situation.
If we have time, we'll try. We got 23 seconds on the clock.
Odds, welcome back. Jonathan, good to see you. This list is getting bigger and bigger. Michael Campbell, Denisha's always a pleasure. Chris Arcane, Trek's back with us. We fully support your win. Sorry, I had to click on that one. Pop me.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Trust me. MDB also said we're professional yappers, which, yeah, we're trying to get there. We're semi-pro yappers right now.
Kayfabe, Dennis Hodge, Trek got you. Vance got you. Christian, holy shit, there's a lot of people. 316, 80 and easy got you already. Easy Bake, Heather, Brendan, Paul, and I think I got to the bottom. Heather, Feist, welcome back. Feist, right?
We got Scott, we got Big Dog, we got Ronan.
Let's go.
Vance, we got Capone. Yeah, Heather Feist. There we go. We're towards the bottom here. There we go. Wrestler Proud. I try to be here for every video. I truly love y'all's content. It's one of the best and easiest to follow along with. Y'all keep up the amazing work, guys. Trust me, I really am surprised that you say we're the easiest to follow up with and everything like that, because we've spent a whole half hour talking about a horse. So
it's happened.
Right.
So. No, we appreciate the love, Wrestling Proud. We appreciate everyone being here. Like 90 people ish right now kicking with us. It's been fun. It's been a fun 2024. We're going to talk more about the end of the year, and we're hoping for a huge 2025 here on the channel. So again, I know we say it a lot, but if you can be a friend, tell a friend, but just keep showing up. Your time is your most valuable thing. The fact that you give us any of it is truly appreciated.
Time's the most valuable currency because it's shit you can't get back. So absolutely 100%. We appreciate anybody that spends, whether it's a second, an hour, or you become a fucking for-lifer and all that, everything. Yeah.
That's it. So
we got 2 minutes, 23. Let's go.
Move it.
I need you to go.
It's Smackdown about to start. Final resolutions about to start. Rampage coming on later. We're going to be talking all kinds of stuff. We still do try and have to talk about some WWE stuff. KO, Cody tonight, face to face, or both speaking, or both. We'll find out. The solo LA Knight thing's crazy. Carmelo's got a mystery partner. 2 semifinals. Lots and lots of stuff going on. And Final Resolution's got a nice stack card to it. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Absolutely. So, who do you think is 23?
I thought it was going to be Crazy Steve. Now people think it might be Tessa.
Oh, fuck off.
Like she's like the Jordan of women's wrestling.
Oh, no, you can't do that. Oh, no, you can't do that.
I'm joking. They couldn't do that. They couldn't.
I've seen the outside here, and I think it was Rocco in the chat that mentioned it a couple of days back or so, that you get the second letter of the alphabet, B, and what's the third letter? C, and we get Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin would be good. Yeah. I don't like how we got there, but I don't hate it.
Neither do I. But yeah, it's definitely I believed the Crazy Steve, but no, you can't do. And now starting at point guard. Dun, 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 dun. You can't do that. You can't do that.
No. Yeah, I mean, those are the front runners. What about Rhino? Officially done.
He's about to leave. Well, sorry, I got now. One second. I'm pausing at
pause. Ladies and gentlemen, we are syncing up. I have watch this. I got
you got to get me on together.
I got together.
There we go.
Really?
Yes.
That's the craziest fluke ever.
Don't knock it till you try it.
That was hilarious.
So I got the overhead shot and everything. Hartford, Connecticut. You there?
Hartford, Connecticut. Yeah. That is the craziest alley-oop ever on that one.
I got Tiffany.
Have no idea what we're gabbing about, but
Tiffany, we are synced up 100%. If you want to sync up with us, that's where we're at and everything like that. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I showed my friend photos of Mina, and he's not for her. I'm like, you have good taste.
What?
And he's hot for her, not for her. All right. So, yeah, shout out to Mina.
I mean, whatever you want to share with your friends of wrestling, women's, and everything, keep that maybe private. Respectfully, Treg.
Bro, if we're looking at pictures, it's never mind. Anyway, moving on.
Penthouse Forum.
Chelsea Green coming into the building, folks.
I got Solo and I got LA Knight now. Hi, KJ and Nick. Big Nick, happy Friday night. Smackdown R4L fame. W. It's not, it's W.
Well, it was close.
Close.
There's
Just a bit outside. Right?
The final word before Saturday night main event. That's what they're pitching us tonight, folks.
As I got Jimmy coming out to start off SmackDown.
Jimmy! Give Big Jim some love, folks.
Yeah, you got Bronson Reed with broken cankles. You have Tonga Loa who tore a bicep, and then you've got Jimmy so with a broken toe.
Yeah,
there's someone who's watching this that's going to work tomorrow with a broken toe and is just pissed off right now.
Right. But hello. Cameraman seemed he found a fan that he was a friend of. But anyway, Jimmy.
Can I get your number? Can I get your number?
But again, you look at when people talk about how, when they're rating a match like that. And look, the guys went in there and did what they had to do. It was a fun match, great story, and it did. OTC has spoken. Okay. We're getting a Roman pre-tape tonight, folks.
Oh, interessante. No, I'm excited for that. Well, think about it. We thought we were going to get more of fallout from the Bloodline storyline last week, and it seems like we're going to get this week.
What's up, everybody? Bobby, welcome back.
Alicia, what up? Hello. I'm trying to see if I can see Anthony in the crowd because he is at Turning Point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, folks, if you can, it's, difficulty level expert, but if you can spot Anthony in the crowd and send us a screenshot, I would fucking love it. And I might send you a t-shirt.
We'll think about it.
No, I might. I just, not even in the channel. I might just.
Nice. Alicia, how you doing? SmackDown Live in Nigeria, time 2:03 a.m. Well, shout out to Alicia.
Right, we're international. We got bros in different area codes.
Right. Jimmy's saying War Games meant everything to him.
You might not, right?
I sprained my toe like that in football. Toe bent the wrong way. Was trying to get through an A gap. Pause.
We're trying to block it or we're trying to run through it. Yeah.
Don't put your toe in the A gap, MDB.
Freaky.
You will break it. Or lose it, depending on the situation. Big Nick, there are pics of her from AEW, not dirty ones. What?
Well, okay, so might be dirty ones. Respectfully.
Right. What up, Smile Mark?
I like that you had to clarify that track. I like that we were like the voice of consciousness, like the cricket on your shoulder. You probably shouldn't do that.
Be careful, folks.
Right.
Looking forward to Masha versus Tasha. Falls count anywhere. Should be a good match. Tasha, Yvette, Masha, new champion. This should be fun.
Absolutely. As I've got Moose coming out right now, as I've got Jimmy cutting a promo, and he's basically just explaining
he's good
every family around the holiday seasons of we fight, it's okay, but we love each other.
Right. Big OTC chance. Jimmy's good. Jimmy's good on the mic.
He hasn't had any sort of time or moment or anything behind him to really let that shine or anything. Like when Jay got his push as main event Jey Uso, Jimmy was on the sidelines. He's always been second fiddle.
A little bit. And I mean, partly due to he's had some injury issues. So it, automatically took him out of the picture. I thought he was really strong in the whole, like the OG bloodline storyline.
Right. And I have Kushida and Moose kicking off right now for the X Division title. Is still got Jimmy talking. And this is, like you've said, you've been a big Jimmy fan and everything. And this is really good right now of Jimmy out here in the ring just by himself, being honest, with a fucking crutch and everything. Now, granted, the fact of how much he's moving around really kind of shows he doesn't maybe need that crutch, but I digress.
Yeah.
It's a big year in front of Big Jim.
I like the Big Jim. Might be Royal Rumble winning.
Oh. New title. Calling out, saying he might as well go for the WWE Undisputed Championship too. Now I'm surprised they still mention the Undisputed part.
Right? Not often.
It always reminds me of the George Carlin bit of, well, if it's undisputed, what's all the fighting about?
One of the best ones ever. We ride with you, Big Jim. Yes, we are.
Can we? Well, we've gotten Jey Uso and LA Knight in Slim Jim ads. Can we not get Big Jim promoting a Slim Jim? Pause.
It almost seems like you should.
Right? Oh, and instantly gets claymore by Drew McIntyre.
Oh, shit. Drew McIntyre out of nowhere.
But is this the transfer portal? Is this the transfer window like we talked about? And well,
yeah,
he took out Sammy. He's very much, he allegedly, as we assume, took out Jay. Now he's taking out
everybody.
Well, he's going specifically towards the bloodline, the OG bloodline.
Yeah. Could Drew be heading towards Roman?
That'd be really interesting to run that back. I think. Could he be headed? Well, I think he's headed towards SmackDown. Him headed towards Roman would be really interesting.
True, but if
that's another L. That's another L.
That's kind of going to go out the window. But all this giving the McIntyre shit all the way up the ramp. I was saying Drew earns.
Could we? I would love to see an Aldis versus Drew. If we're being honest, if we were going to bring back, Wade Barrett and Corey Graves and everything.
Yeah, and Barrett's on Monday night, so that doesn't really help that.
Well, they're going to have the shift when they go to Netflix.
All right. Oh, Tiffany here. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
You look like a present. Yeah.
I'd unwrap the shit out of you.
Not my words, folks. Naya said that.
So it's Tiffany time.
It's
just hear those sleigh bells ringling, jing, jing, jing.
That is well played, folks. Tiffany looks great. I want an elf on my shelf.
Fucking Cindy Lou Who, bitch. Just put Tiffany like this in the "All I Want for Christmas Is You" videos, and Mariah's fucking started
what's the song from Christmas Vacation when he's watching the swimming?
Holiday Roll.
Oh no! You know when he's watching the pool?
Oh no!
Oh, what is it? What is it? I know someone in the chat's going to give me the word what I'm thinking of, but man, that's what you need.
Now, Tiffany wants to make me sing Jingle Bells.
Scott, quiet. Tiffany's on TV. Shut up.
I feel like the Chuck Berry song, "My Ding." Oh,
right. I slammed the pause on Christmas, make it stop. There you go.
Who's Grinch? Oh, the noise. Whoa. Sorry.
Right. I think we're all ready for Saturday Night Main Event. We did our preview show. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out when we get offline tonight. But yeah, the Hawaiian Christmas song. Thanks again. Yes.
Oh.
Addicted.
Maybe. Eyes to say.
Yeah. Good job, chat. Good job. Hawaiian Christmas.
There we go. I've been stuck with listening to "Must Be Christmas" at the airport. I can work. Somehow that song always plays on repeat, and I always catch it. But yeah,
right.
But well, no, 100%. We're absolutely excited for Saturday Night Main Event and everything. We're gonna potentially, allegedly, get the Winged Eagle belt, or at least a variant of it, and everything. We're gonna get Jesse Ventura. Yeah, well. And I think that might be why we might get a certain decision in some way. But yeah, we're gonna get Jesse out there. Did you see him too? He's going full Jesse already before we even got into there. They were asking me, he's like,
Right.
well, Ric Flair never came to the WWE until Jesse Ventura left and everything.
Right.
That Stephen A. Smith, Ric Flair isn't the voice of pro wrestling. Jesse Ventura, like, the man's already just starting to go off the hinges already.
It should be good, but Teddy Long, IRS, your favorite, the tax man.
Well, I heard Coco Beware, Jimmy Hart are all going to be there.
DiBiase, lots of names being thrown out there, plus surprises. Plus the card is, 3 title matches. A really intriguing match with Sammy and Drew. I got no complaints about this card. I got no complaints about this show.
Oh, 100%. But we talked about this last night, and folks, when this is done, before in the times before Saturday, not a main event and everything, go and watch our previews and predictions and everything like that. But I feel like we all kind of were at least in some sort of an agreement or had an idea at one point or another if there needed to be some surprise. There needed to be something that made this a bit memorable, cemented this a little bit. So could it be a title change? Is it just going to be some big return or anything like that?
Yeah, it'll be very interesting. I still have my doubts. So, any title change will shock me. But, again, I'd be thrilled if they would do something like that for this particular show. And you know what? I was just thinking, what a better way to do it is KO finds a way to cheat Cody out of the belt, runs off with the title. Now, remember, one night only, and KO goes, I'm not giving it back.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I would love it. Like I said, I think that's where I was kind of there. Of you very much get to it puts meat on the bone again for the Cody storyline, and you don't have to have a long run. You especially mentioned this. You don't have to have a long KO title run, but as long as you at least have a KO title run, I think we're all kind of good, and it really helps the chase. And you take the one thing Cody's been fighting for since WrestleMania. This was the other thing he was fighting for outside of facing Roman.
Right.
And you take it away the night he gets it. Oh, it's so good. So good.
KO wins it and destroys it like Mr. Perfect did. I think he refuses to give it back. So every week, like Triple H is like, give me the belt. And he's like, no.
And then he just tosses the destroyed version to R-Truth with some duct tape, and we just get a new 24/7 title division.
Tito Santana will be there. Yeah, DiBiase pulled out.
Arribe. Yeah, Tito Santana. But yeah, no, I didn't know anything about DiBiase pulling out.
DiBiase was committed to appearing. He has been forced to withdraw and no longer be a part of Saturday Night Main Event.
Yes, everyone doesn't have a price.
As I got all this in McIntyre and all this saying we've known each other for a long time. What's your problem?
Yeah. And again, still, you forget Aldis is looking this man eye to eye. Oh, and then Bianca and Naomi show up.
Man, these shows got
how you doing? Drew, as he just go sit in my office, please. Officer Doofy reporting for duty.
McIntyre 100% moving to SmackDown. Yep.
Yeah.
And I like that vibe. I like the Aldis Drew McIntyre vibe.
That'd be really interesting too if you play into that as a story angle a little bit of the fact that they know each other, that they have a history together, all of that. What?
Interesting.
I missed what
they're talking about relinquishing the tag title.
Oh.
So Naomi's trying to step in. Maybe this was the ruse the whole time, bro.
Well, I've seen a lot of people go one way. It's Bianca. We've talked about it. It's Naomi. I've seen people think that it's both of them together. It's still so much up in the air a little bit, my guy.
Yeah. So next week, the new women's tag champions, Naomi and Bianca, will be defending those titles.
I still think Naomi and all of her pleather glory and everything is pulling full Eddie Thorpe of don't worry. She's Kaiser Soze in this shit.
Right. But I don't fully trust Bianca,
Bianca?
especially the way she kind of all that played out there. She was kind of playing like, well, we've done it before. Can we just maybe shimmy the belts?
Yeah, but
I don't trust Bianca, man.
I mean, I feel like, well, valid, but still, I think it's a little bit of her reaction of like, well, no, we can't do that, of like them getting stripped of the belts. Maybe felt genuine, but I got Tiffany Stratton again. Holy shit. She's getting a raise out of my peppermint stick. But
well, all right, up next, folks. Get your votes in. Tiffany, Michin, one-on-one. Who's going to the finals? And who will be crowned U.S. champion tomorrow? I smell a swerve. Whose house?
Right. You might need to get your car inspected, because if you smell a swerve when you drive, you might need to get your car inspected.
Right.
Scott saying Naomi is so guilty. We've at least, I feel, narrowed it down to those two. Pamela, Bayley's out, I feel.
Moose gets the win, by the way. So we are watching Final Resolution. Moose just beat Kushida. And here comes Michin.
I want to just say more Mia Yim's on a mission instead of calling her Michin. Yeah. Mia Yim for the win.
Yeah. Tiffy for the win. Michin for the win. What's the chat saying? 57% going Tiffy. I still think Tiffy wins this tournament.
No, and I know it doesn't do her any favors being in the finals and then losing.
No, and this is where, or maybe they save it for the finals, but I doubt it. But you have a chance where, you know, Candace comes out to hell and it doesn't go so well.
Oh, 100%. I feel like that's what's going to be. Or something to that effect. I think, well, we said it on Thursday again. Go watch. To where I feel like it's going to be Mia Yim, Michin versus Chelsea Green and Mia Yim could honestly potentially win it in that kind of, she becomes the workhorse of that division, of that title now gets defended every week, because out of everyone involved in it, she'd probably be the only one that's going to defend it every week.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's a great opportunity for her. We kind of weighed out some of the options on Thursday. The same idea. Like Tiffany was the only one I don't think makes sense, because she's busy and she's got that money in the bank. Again, well, they could put two belts on her. I'm like, come on now, let's relax. But Michin in control. There's a good argument for Bayley, a good argument for Chelsea, but I think this comes down to Michin and Chelsea.
Yeah, 100%. And Tiffany doesn't exactly work, especially like you said, as she's already money in the bank, women's briefcase holder. That's a lot of things to say. But yeah, you already got that involved. So adding more to it just convolutes it. As I've got Casey Navarro and AJ Francis still buying his dollar shirts from Walmart, motherfucker.
Oh, double stomp on the apron. Yeah, those shirts are terrible. Bearcat Yim for the win. I love it.
Could we ever see, one Keith Lee back in WWE?
All depend on health. And I mean, if the rumors are true that they're literally trying to hold Ray Phoenix for a year, how much time does Keith Lee owe them? A full contract? Like he owes them 3 years, man.
Just sign an NDA and you're good.
Right? Yeah. Just take sign the NDA and you out. But like, really, how much does it cost? Like, how many minutes? Sorry, when was the last time we saw it? Like, how much will this end up costing him in the long run if he does want it?
Oh, well, that depends on pettiness of Tony Khan. Like, honestly, would it almost be worse of a backlash if you do that to Keith Lee? Because he's the nicest fuck guy. He's like the Neil deGrasse Tyson of in pro wrestling, of man just talks and soliloquies and shit. But especially, we know you haven't been using him. We know that. Don't act like was a main event guy here. And if you're going to add, they added a year to Fenix. You're going to add 3 years to Keith Lee. Oh my God. Now you're sinking ships. Now you're drilling holes in your own boat.
Yeah, again, there's been enough kind of bad press, quote unquote.
Right.
But when you start getting that vibe with sympathetic figures, like a lot of people feel Ricky's Ricky will be fine. He'll, eventually get free. But if you fuck around with a guy like Keith Lee that kind of is universally loved, again, it's bad press you don't want. It's not good news. And you don't want, if people going to your company fear that you're going to hold them like this, they might not sign the contract to begin with.
Yeah, well, and it feels like now we've gone from the Young Bucks feeling like the petty bitches to Tony Khan feeling like the petty bitches, because these are like, what? I
feel like that whole crew is petty bitches.
Well, yes, we know that, but I think the Young Bucks were very much clearly the ones that were the front runners, I feel, of show the footage, victory lap, and everything like that. Yeah. Now these are contractual decisions. These are business decisions and everything that are being made that are much more like, I don't like you, so you can just fuck off for a little bit. Like, that's more like systemic issues is now being noticed.
Right. But I got Sami Callihan coming out on TNA right now. And we're still going through Michin and Tiffany on commercial break at the moment. What's up, Team Marie vibes? Mia Yim for the win. The chat did say 57% for Tiffany. So,
wow.
There you go.
I've never felt more like I need to cheer against Tiffany Stratton in my life, and I'm a big Tiffy Time supporter.
Right? Carmelo versus who tonight? We got time.
Braun, the strowman.
I mean, I'm going to be very bummed out if it is. I don't care.
You're going to be bummed out?
Well, I just don't like, oh, okay.
I'm going to be sad for Carmelo because you about to get jobbed out.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm sorry that Triple H choose you for that.
But keep in mind, Nick Aldis gave him this as almost like a punishment. What bigger punishment than that motherfucker coming down the ramp?
Yeah, but like, you've already lost Aldis. Like, Carmelo's again getting a little bit to the point of, if he's going to stay viable, he needs at least a win or two.
Yeah. I mean, again, he's had some good matches, but it's been literally 50-50 booking. Him and Andrade, 50-50.
Yeah.
And they never really got the payoff they deserved for that 7-match series. But Mia off the rope, DDT.
Another DDT is, I've got PCO in the ring, so.
What up, Willie?
Ooh.
Rascals for the win, as Rascals are taking on PCO and Callihan.
I got Jake something. Is this 6-man?
Oh, yeah, there's more. There's more. My bad.
Fair enough. No, you're good. Trust me, I'm lost in the TNA shuffle without Anthony here. Ooh. Tiffany trying to get the Alabama slam on Mia. Ooh, we're going to get a tarantula.
Right.
Shout out to Deary with a tarantula.
I like it. How do we feel about the Wide Six possibly feuding with Judgment Day? I'm okay with it. Especially with the Judgment Day kind of going a different direction right now. And if they revamp with like a Dom as the leader, it's even better.
Dos amigos.
They got to do something. And I like what they just took and lost to Judgment Day. So they're not done with Judgment Day. So, I mean, again, what's that?
You said they took a loss to Judgment Day.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. I was just helping.
Carrying
But yeah, I think, well, it's once that feud wraps up, which I still don't know even now a little bit of how you wrap that one up. But I almost don't mind, Howdy versus Finn even more, because there's the whole, you turn on your friends type of thing that fits with Judgment Day. And there was at one point it was going to be Sister Abigail versus fucking pumpkin head Demon Balor and
Right.
everything. So there is still that, connective tissue a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm wondering, is Judgment Day going to survive to get to there? Are they going to fracture and split before then?
Oh, prettiest moonsault. She went to roll out of the way.
She was rolling away and still got her with it.
Michin. There you go.
Right kick.
Takes the W.
Oh. I like the result. I feel like that finish didn't go the way that those women wanted it to go.
Quite fully get out of the way, but she didn't hit it full.
Oh no, she ate it and still had to act like she didn't.
Right. So they didn't. They just skipped right to the finish.
Yeah, because we're not going to show that shit again.
But Michin wins clean, which is important here. Clean win too. So I don't think it will be Bayley versus Michin.
No, babyface on babyface. You go heel on babyface, and that's the thing is too. It works with Tiffany losing because I think they're trying to pivot her towards a babyface, especially with Nia as champion.
Mm-hmm. No, I like the idea of Chelsea winning this whole thing and Michin chasing her.
Right. That's your introductory feud.
Right. I don't care. Well, it was a good match. The moonsault was fine. She just didn't fully get out of the way. So Tiffy's face landed on her abdomen. But she got up and hit her finisher. So yeah, it was a little clunk out the gate, but the match itself was fun.
The match was great until the clunk, and that's the thing. That's unfortunately that it was that close to the finish. That's going to be the last. That's the closing note.
Yeah. But right now we're going back to last week's shocking turn of DIY.
Shocking or sensical? Because to me, this made the most sense. So if we very much anticipated this, expected this.
And they did it well. I was all for it.
It was great.
And again, it's just he had two choices. Give up on his teammate or, jump in the fucking boat and start rowing with him. And he chose to hang out.
Right. Choosing to hang out. 444. What up? I'm saying let's go Michin. Absolutely. Oh, we're getting the black and white promo from DIY. This promo package has been brought and paid to you by the DIY 444 Live.
They got screwed, he said.
To think that these guys went all the way to Regeneration X to where they were just knockoffs of their bosses and are now viable heels and everything is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah. No, I think it's impressive, but beyond that, I mean, again, it's all about what do you do now? Same thing we talked about with the New Day. And I like this. I like this a lot. The vibe, the feel, the delivery, it's good. And now your top rivalry on SmackDown for now is DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. If nothing else, that is going to be a series of insane matches.
100%. I was going to say, and we're watching TNA at the same time. I was like, are you sure you're not talking about that card? Because, yeah, that feels very much that avenue. And, yeah, that's, I think, what we've all wanted for a while with this tag division a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wake it up. And, again, this is good. This is better. I hope they better have new music. Even though people said, ironically, now they should keep it just because we hate it so much. But I want to take them serious. You got to get rid of that music.
That's go away heat. That's not I don't like you heat. That's go away heat. That's I will change the fucking channel just to not hear this shit heat.
That's good. Good shit.
Oh, Tommaso's always great as a heel, and I feel like Johnny's figuring out finally to be able to get back to being a heel and not be can't be the way. Because I still didn't like Johnny in the way. I didn't like that.
It was too camp.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree, Boston. I thought that was really well done. Match would have been better if there was a easy cowboy.
Act like you've been there before. Act like you've been there before.
I think it's been a ploy since the beginning to get another title shot. I smell a DX NWO hybrid offshoot coming. That's kind of what we kind of got that black and white vibe.
Right. Well, they've already stun doubled as DX. So now if they stun double as NWO, I mean, they've completed the trilogy here.
Right.
As I'm in commercial break on SmackDown, I've got Jake something eating a Hurricane Rana from Nash Carter into the ring.
Right.
Christian, what up? What up? Really, this feels more NWO than the Death Riders. Well, the Death Riders are not NWO.
No, that was delivered really well. I was really impressed with that. And again, we saw New Day on Monday, and they did their shit perfectly as well as the follow-up to their move. I like this. The tag team wrestling's getting extremely interesting at this point, Nick.
Across both divisions a little bit of.
Right.
We've seen that they've clearly had to shock collar the Monday Night Raw division and everything. A little bit of like, well, you actually have to defend the titles for it to matter.
Right. Where's Gallows and Anderson? I believe I almost said Gandalf. Gallows it was injured. I don't know. Was Anderson injured?
I don't know if Ganderson or Gallows was injured. But yeah, I feel like they very much, I mean, they're kind of just run their course a little bit. Of all due respect, I'd rather listen to them on a podcast and everything like that than I want to see them have a match. Just being honest as a fan, I'll say that. And I think maybe with AJ being out on the sidelines, who I guess is at Final Resolution backstage and everything, of kind of makes sense that maybe they're on the sideline as well.
Right. KJ, new character, Gandalf. From what I'm hearing, I heard Charlotte returning tomorrow. I mean, I thought Survivor Series, so it wouldn't shock me if she's around.
Not at all. I mean, they pretty much keep saying that her return is imminent and everything. And it's going to be really interesting of where she fits into this landscape, because it's surprising to me of Becky and Charlotte both take time off and how much the women's wrestling landscape has shifted in that time off.
Right. I'll be right back, sir.
Fair enough. As KJ is taking a pause for the cause, they got PCO with a moonsault on everybody on the outside. 100%. But I'm in commercial break on SmackDown. I got PCO taking out everybody on TNA Final Resolution. But 100% be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. I see we're at 96 people. Let's see if we can get it to triple digits. Keep it at triple digits. Keep it moving. Keep it growing. All of that 100% up to something. Season never sleeps. But, yeah, Scott, thank you very much for $5 super chat. We need a DW shirt that sells do it yourself, as that was very NWO-ish. Well, wouldn't it be DYO? Well, actually, it'd be DIY, yeah. DIY World Order, that's too many. We get it. We'll work that through. That's, we'll put that on the board, Scott. I appreciate the super chat. We'll figure it out. We'll work it out. But 100% do it. I will find the video here. But yes, 100%, as we do have absolutely merch and everything like that, folks. So 100%, as SmackDown's in an ad break, and I've got Jake something trying to get a pin on Sami Callihan. We will take a word from our sponsors. Yes, folks, absolutely. shameless plug, but absolutely, we do have our own merch store and everything like that. We got everything that you need for your pro wrestling needs out there, especially the holiday season is upon us. So absolutely 100%, we got you covered for everything from your coworker to your family, your friends, your next door neighbor, Steve down the block that he at least likes wrestling and everything like that. But 100%, we got it. All shapes, all sizes, all things and everything for all wrestling fans out there. And still some things I feel we're ahead of the game with and everything like that. So yeah, 100%. Merch, get your merch here. Absolutely, get your merch here. Popcorn. Now you're gonna make me think of Peter Griffin. Butt scratcher. Will we ever get an Alexa Bliss return? I don't know. I almost want to start putting betting odds of. So we're showing a replay from later on in last week's SmackDown. So they're explaining why we're getting the solo LA Knight match because we get Andrade and LA Knight, and then have an interaction, and Solo and Co broke it up and just destroyed everybody. So makes sense. But yeah, okay. Is this an elimination match? Or sorry, I'm trying to figure out if there's a victor here in this match on Final Wrestling. We got Roman. He's out. This is very Tony Sopranos. He's out there with fucking Paul out on some fucking yacht with a dog. Just looking all woke up this morning. Talking about it all fell apart. I love you, Solo. I lost my title. Season 2. Okay. There's just less enough food to try and make my fat ass hungry. I get you. Yeah, Roman's right now cutting a promo that very much looks like it's like season 5 of The Sopranos. It's still about the Ulafala. Oh, when are you going to have the jersey? I'm a jersey guy. That'll be in the works, but trust me, 2025, again, still 100%. Up to something season never sleeps. 100%. Big things popping, little things stopping around here. I was the man to lead this family, as KJ from the Great Beyond letting me know at 23T said I missed because I got the OTC. Oh, we're talking about January 6th, so we're getting a challenge on January 6th. Tribal Combat. Solo versus Roman for the Ulafala. Is that what we're getting? We leave the tribes on the side and let them spectate. Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief. So if there wasn't already enough reasons for you folks to sit there and turn into the Netflix debut on Monday Night Raw, we're getting Roman Reigns challenging Solo Sikoa to tribal warfare. Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief. I take back my respect. My respect. You got to say it like Booker T there. My respect. Maybe Dwayne. Dwayne's been teased for that. If they're going to do Dwayne, I feel like if they're doing anything with Dwayne past this, it has to be you're leading into 41. You're leading into 41. You're leading into Roman versus Rock because that's the match everybody's been wanting. Everybody's been talking about. Everybody's been speculating, percolating, peculating about and everything. You have to do that. You can't do it and then in 2 months be like, have another story pop out of the Rock won't be involved in WrestleMania 41. Well, so they're hyping up Triple H making an announcement on Twitter about the Netflix debut and everything, as I've got Trent Seven out here right now. MDB, I just walked outside to smoke, and my neighbor's got a whole tree, non-Christmas, in their yard. What the? I mean, was it there before? Did you just happen to, in your vitamin state, notice the tree? Like, has it always been there? Rona, what? I got the God Odell Phantasma talking to Nick Aldis right now. Right after that match, or after the triple threat match, I called the sorry, I was reading Damien's comment and I was trying to click on Misfits. Right after that match, Drew is going to attack Roman. Interesting. And that would be really, I feel like that's a bold strategy in the other way when it comes to Drew going at Roman, because that's an L to me for Drew. Drew's not beating Roman. He's not walking out of that feud with a W. As we're going to get Carmelo coming out to take on his mystery opponent up next. As even Aldis is saying it's going to be quick. Oh, no. Yes, we will be live for the Netflix kickoff on Wednesday. Fair enough. I missed that there was a Netflix kickoff, my guy. But we're hyping up Elimination Chamber right now in WWE, and I've got Ace Austin taking on Trent Seven right now on TNA Final Resolution. So, folks, let me know you're taking to this match 100%. If you haven't done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. Again, we've been flirting back and forth with triple digits and everything like that, and you always love to see it. But absolutely, be a friend, tell a friend. Shout out all the new names and everything that have popped in the chat. Shout out all the new viewers and everything like that. They're just a little too shy to say something in chat. Just give us a wave or anything like that. Give us, a little thumbs up. Let us know you're here and everything. But yeah. Oh, I got busted right now in a commercial. I'm trying not to do that. Get away. I don't want to stop every day. It's Ricky Roll Tide Insider 2. I don't think so. Well, we already talked about to where Tony won't even sign his, a fan sign mentioning Ricky. As man still is clearly under contract, all that. But Omos Interessante, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, for it's Braun Strowman. That's been the biggest talked about name. I think it's probably the most believable name. So I guess that's why it makes the most sense. Christopher Cox, 15 years, 765 million. Soto with the Mets. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. 100%. Yeah, what it's Hornswoggle, yes, but thank you for reminding me that we lost out on Soto. You can have that. Not even what I'm mad at. Where's DiBiase Jr.? Probably waiting trial or in jail. Cannot confirm nor deny, but I think Daddy DiBiase was going to show up tomorrow night on Saturday Night Main Event. I don't know about DiBiase Jr. He's in a whole world of controversy, I feel. Yeah, see, roll tide. I ain't gonna click on it, but you got it. JV, what up? Hey Nick, can you actually see Omos Melo's heavy? It'd be interesting to go back to Melo having a heavy. I think I've always pitched the idea of if you get Apollo, he goes back to the Nigerian gimmick, maybe saves him from the chopping block. You get Omos and you put Oba Femi with them, and not saying Oba needs heavies or needs minions, what have you, but maybe it helps him look a little bit stronger if you put a buffer around him. You don't get to go at Oba straight out the gate. You got to get through some people to get to Oba. Might be a main roster thing, but yeah, I think you could do something like that. I don't know. I think Melo really needs to establish himself like on his own without a partner, without a constituent. I feel a little bit, and I don't like him going versus Bronson or Omos or anything like that, because he kind of starts to look like the JOB. He might do the squash with that. It's Santa. Where's Buddy the Elf? It's Santa. It's Santa. I know him. He's a friend from work. I can honestly see you almost as Melo's heavy Nash and Michaels. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, Nash could actually wrestle, once a week. Omos can't do that. Let's be honest. What is Pentagon Jr. versus Carmelo Hayes? A great match? Unlikely. I don't think so. Or I think so. I'll put it that way. I think that is a little too fast. I think that very much Penta and speaking of, this is going to tie
much.
I just let me finish what I was saying. Speaking of brothers and maybe brothers from other mothers and everything, of guys that want to make sure that they're doing things together. I think it might be Penta might wait out and not sign anywhere, might not just take a respite until Phoenix works his shit out. So future contract negotiations line up together.
Right. All this made me think it's Braun, which I again, it's not the biggest woohoo for me, but But here comes Carmelo Hayes.
Well, someone mentioned, JV mentioned it. I know he'll get mad if I call him somebody, so I'll say JV mentioned it, of the idea of Omos as Carmelo's heavy and everything.
That'd be interesting. I mean, highly unexpected, but maybe.
Do Nash and HBK, but I thought that's a little bit of what Trick and Carmelo was supposed to be.
Trick would be interesting. What if Trick's his opponent tonight? Getting him ready.
Oh, well, NXT champion.
Well, we know Oba's about to crush him.
Yeah.
Do
you think that Penta's a viable option, like outside of just fantasy booking?
He's very unlikely, but I would kind of pop for it.
Well, yeah, but I think we would pop for it. The chat might pop for it. Does the casual paying audience pop for it?
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out.
Who will it be, folks? Hold on tight. Oh, we got to pause. And here he comes. Braun Strowman.
This is what you call a worst case scenario, says Corey Graves.
They changed up his music, I think.
Yeah, that's why I was like, who this? I was like, I was waiting for Braun.
Let's go.
The Strowman and an 8-pound waterhead. He was 5'3", said to me, I'm going to squash Carmelo.
He'd sell massive hotcakes. That's kind of funny, Damien. You're not wrong. Oh, God. Carmelo going to die. Run!
Run, bitch, run.
Right? Oh, no. There you go. Called it. Braun Strowman for the win, says Damien.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a hell of a testament. It would. I could see where Carmelo could try and get a great match out of this and everything like that. Like, there's the potential here, but it's the return of him. It's a SmackDown. This ain't gonna happen here.
No. So I guess that's SmackDown's newest acquisition.
Yeah. So, well, and I still feel like, oh, he goes for the fucking slingshot and just gets swatted and dusted off.
So if you're just tuning in, folks, Braun Strowman's back taking on Carmelo Hayes. Get your votes in on who you think might win this one and why is it Strowman?
Yeah, well, and potentially if we're getting Drew McIntyre as its other acquisition, to where he's still waiting allegedly in, Nick Aldis's office. Oh, now we got to chop this man down, yeah.
DDT. Oh, 1 count, almost chucked him out of the ring.
That's a half count if I've ever seen a half count.
There you go. Isn't it funny that Braun's back and Bronson's out? Kind of. Oh, you can never have 3 Brauns at the same time.
3 Braun enter, 2 Braun leave.
And it's over. 3. Emphatic. Sorry, Mello.
Squashing. Like, well, and am I wrong in saying that? Like, Carmelo was out there recently, best of 7 series with Andrade, challenging for the U.S. title and everything like that. And he just took a fucking drubbing. He looked like a boy amongst men taking on Braun Strowman. Like, you don't even look. He looked all of the recent NXT talent.
That's how Brody King should look every time we see Brody King.
Yeah, well, if he's not facing Darby, who punches himself in the face to make himself bleed and stupid shit like that, yeah.
That Strowman could replace Bronson. No, I don't think so.
No.
Not the sentiment at all. This is why Carmelo needs a heavy. We got LA Knight in the back.
Yeah, I forgot the connection to Solo and LA Knight until they replay, because I just thought Andrade, like, that's the most that I took out of it. They took him out. I forgot they took out LA too in it.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, I saw a lot of people online being like, why is this happening? Where's the story? They hide it back in. We're good.
Yeah, right. Well, and it's, you know, for recent former U.S. champ, a guy who we thought could be jumping up towards the main event scene, that's going at a guy that's in that main event scene, especially when it comes to Friday Night SmackDown.
Oh, 100%.
That backwards DDT was fire. Let me talk to you. Yeah.
There you go. So we've gotten a little bit of a promo. Big announcement, though, while I was away. That Roman promo was great. But we are going to get Tribal Chief versus Tribal Chief at Netflix, or at the premiere of Netflix on January 6th, I think. 7th?
Yes. And, well, no, yeah, I remember that because America, that's somehow becoming an anonymous date. But am I wrong in saying that I thought I heard that they were saying it was going to be tribal warfare?
I thought so.
Okay, fair enough. Well, and then we're going to let the tribe stay at the size of 100% of that's.
Yeah.
They're very much making the debut on Netflix, a PLE. Sorry.
100%. And they've already talked about that's probably where the women's IC belt will be figured out.
Right.
You look at John Cena's going to be there. And tell me this isn't the perfect opportunity for the man who just wants his movies played on Netflix. I do feel like this is what they saved The Rock for.
Well, and it's very even interesting that there's been the talk about Seth Rollins versus CM Punk being there too as well, which that was a WrestleMania match initially. So 100% the debut of NXT is going to be can't miss. But speaking of can't miss, I don't know, I'm trying to segue this, but I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of missing in action, Nick is going to take a pause for the cause. We are on commercial break right now. On SmackDown, Trent Seven and Ace Austin are going toe-to-toe right now on TNA. We will be here for a little bit of Rampage as well tonight, folks. Get in that chat, click all the buttons, be a part of all the fun, be a part of the show, and we are growing fast. We thank everyone for that as the night rolls on. Braun Strowman's back. How do you feel about it? Roman versus Solo, Netflix premiere. How do you feel about that? What else are you thinking about right now? We still got more to come on SmackDown as we are just coming up to the top of the hour. Sign me up one day. I want Dark Penta versus Dark Nakamura. Done. I'll be in. It works. See money. Sorry, folks. I think TNA is building Trent Seven. They're doing well with Trent, but he just took it out. That's Ace Austin gets the win. Oh. The locker code for WWE 2K is cash in, so Tiffy must be cashing in soon. It could be. It could just be a coincidence, easy bake. I still think there's opportunity there. Maybe that's something that happens, in and around Netflix time. Does it, do they save that for the Rumble? I don't know. A lot remains to be seen. Austin wins. Brigman is also interested in the Yankees. We'll see. We don't need any more Yankee good news. I like when they get bad news. Bye, Soto. Ula fala. Did TNA mess up a Hendry push? I don't know. I would say no, and I was defending it. I do think that our buddy Anthony, who's at the show tonight, I had the idea that Genesis, I just think they got him so far removed from the title picture that it did kind of cool him off a little. So I want to see if he can bounce back. He's been, one of the breakouts of 2023 or 2024 for sure. He's been really good, but we've had a lot of just mixed contenders thrown in there. And I don't know. Is he completely cooled off? Maybe not, but maybe not as hot as he once was. Would you be shocked and happy if the Blue Jays signed Brigman? I would, especially if the Yankees don't get him. Joe Hendry wins tonight, 4-way match. Let's go. Build towards Genesis. That's the theory. That's the hope. Mixed contenders. Hendry is a number one contender match tonight. He was told by Santino he had to work his way back up from the bottom. He's still hot. Yeah, but is he as hot as he once was? Is up next, Jordan Grace and Rosemary. Like I said, I've defended it, Boston. I get what you're saying. But here comes Solo. So we get Solo LA Knight up next. I will put a poll up for everyone out there. Let me know who you're taking. Who do you got in this one? Giving away the answers. So again, let me ask everybody out there, how do you feel about Saturday night main event? How do you guys feel about the Netflix debut getting a huge match announced for it tonight? I hope Cody does a Stardust fake out and comes out with the Winged Eagle. Well, I don't know how. I don't think he has to do the Stardust fake out to come out with the belt. I think we're going to get one, maybe not the other. Ronan, I want to see Nosferatu, the master from Buffy. Versus the master from Buffy. There you go. What are your predictions on the 12-team playoff next week for college football? Wait for Nick on that one. Already put salt on Nick's wound when I meant, 100%, Christopher. Got LA Knight for the win. Jacob foaming at the mouth. 53% of the chat right now taking Solo. 26 taking nobody. Dairy Queen. Random. What I meant. I'm fired up for Saturday night main event, and I'm excited for the return of the Winged Eagle WWE Championship belt. That's why, like I said earlier, man, in a perfect world, if I got to, book it, KO wins and refuses to give the belt back, like to change it back out. Not enough. Did not care for the Stardust persona that Cody had. Nobody did. Even Cody. Big boos for Solo right now, though. Big boos. The Saturday main event strictly 2 hours. Yeah, I think 2 hours with a potential slight overrun, but I don't believe so because of the news. But it's Saturday, so maybe a slight overrun. But yeah, 2 hours. Do you think Bama being out of the playoffs was a great idea? Oh, that's for Christopher. If you're a lacrosse fan, Buffalo led Ottawa 12-7, start of the fourth. Not bad, Ken. Big Toronto Rock fan. When they used to roll over teams. I could see the roll. I actually enjoyed the fuck out of. Here comes LA Knight. Oh, there you go. I am losing Monday Night Raw, but I get Saturday night main event. I can't complain. There you go. There you go. I could see, got that one. Wait a minute. Nosferatu versus the Samoan Werewolf. Jacob Fatu. There you go. My money's on Fatu. Yeah. I mean, the thing about Stardust was he didn't half-ass it. He might have hated it and hated, not doing what he wanted, but I mean, he dug in. KJ and Nick, what do you think of the tribal combat match is going to be with Solo and Roman? Is it just another version of a street fight? Yeah, I mean, tribal, it's just a fancy way to say no DQ, anything goes, false count, and whatever. They just named it. Yes, they've done it before. They'll do it again. But I think it's great. I think the match is great. I think the no DQ angle sets up run-ins, possible new people. And I do think this is where we get the Rock. Right? I really do. Music again with a 20-minute banger. Los Angeles Knight in the ring. Let's see what the chat says. 42% taking Solo, 23 stay LA, and 35% up in second place. Very close to first. Nobody. Option C. Almost taking it. It's Eli Drake. Yes. Have you seen Anthony on the TNA feed yet? I have not. I do have TNA on my smaller screen, though, but I have not seen Anthony, and I'll be honest, SmackDown has more of my attention at the moment. I hope the European Championship can come back at some point. I hope we get the Women's European Championship one day. I mean, again, I'm hesitant, Christian, not that I have any issue with the European Championship. I just don't know if we need more belts and more belts. I mean, I'm belted out. Pause, maybe. I mean, we're known to belt it out around here. Where there's Solo, there's Jacob Fatu, bye-bye LA Knight. Nice knowing you. Yeah, Jacob gonna obliterate him. I think LA will give him a fight, but I'm kind of leaning with the 35% of the people that said nobody as far as the result here. I could see this being a kerfuffle. Does Andrade come out and help LA? That'd be odd. Rosemary for the win. After the match, Tessa Blanchard returns. Damien, we got a 23 tease, but not a 23 payoff yet. So we still don't know who 23 is. Drew going after all the OG bloodline tells me that The Rock is not showing up. It's going to be Drew versus Roman now. I don't know, Misfit. I'm still convinced that we're doing Roman Rock WrestleMania 41 Vegas. And I just think the Netflix premiere and what it's going to be, it writes itself. Rock wants the biggest moment possible. It's already going to be a big night. I'm still thinking that way. We'll see. As LA Knight eating the guardrail on the outside, Solo slides back into the ring. Can we get a pissant championship for Tony Khan? That's hilarious. Jacob would own Nosferatu. Just ask the fan who jumped. Oh, it's still one of the craziest. Something tells me that either Shinsuke or Andrade are going to cost LA Knight the match. Cost. Okay, I thought maybe somebody surprising might help him. Rosemary came out in a hockey mask. Friday the 13th. I'm shocked Nick didn't have his Friday the 13th shirt on. Shouldn't talk about him when he's not here, but I'll remind me that I said it. I would absolutely love seeing Corbin versus Nick Nemeth someday in TNA. I like Corbin. I think Corbin's got upside. I think Corbin is a guy that doesn't hurt your roster. So, yeah, I could definitely see him. I think TNA would be a great landing spot. Roman versus Punk WrestleMania could be. See, right now there's so much speculation. There's so much debate going on out there. As big drop. LA Knight taking a whooping. But there's so many options. Roman, Punk, Roman, Raw, Cody, Roman. Again, it won't be. Cody, Randy, Cody, KO, Cody, Cena. There's so many options. Oh, and Rosemary's awesome unto herself. Anyway, but yes, I wore my NWO shirt to today for Saturday Night Main Event. You were a day early. What shirt do you wear tomorrow now? She is, man. She really is. And we saw Gresham on earlier. As down goes Solo. I want to see Corbin get some gold again in TNA. Yeah, I'd be down. I'd be down. How about Cena Gunther WrestleMania? Another possibility. Some people think Gunther's going to fight Goldberg, which makes me throw up a little. Oh, Solo taking out Tama. Uranagi on the table. LA bouncing off the announce table. Roman is on my shirt list after. Rosemary is on my shirt list after she beat up our beloved Spooky Chew. There you go, MDB. Good choice. Good choice. My work shirt tomorrow. I work. Well, I hope you have a good shift. Maybe wear your NWO shirt under your work stuff. Unless you're like a lifeguard, then that's tough. If we get Cena versus Cody, I'm so cheering for Cena. Anybody but Cody. There you go. And speaking of anybody but Cody.
Right. And yeah, you had me halfway out there looking literally for my Friday the 13th jersey and everything. I have a hockey jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. As did Jordan just take the L?
Not on my. She's
I didn't know if the match was still going on.
Match is still rolling. 2 counts on my screen anyway.
Fair enough. I got a Dream Productions advertisement for SmackDown. I've got Rosemary versus Jordan Grace.
Yes, but the night rolls on, folks. Get in that chat. Let us know what's on your mind, and we still got more to come. But LA Knight's solo right now, Nick, and a lot going on in the chat as far as opinions on a lot of tonight's stuff. But this Netflix show, again, like WrestleMania was kind of the biggest thing. I was like Roman Punk, Roman Cena, Roman Cody, Cody Randy, Cody KO, Gunther, Goldberg. Like, there's so many options.
Oh, 100. Well, and the fact that they're even talking about allegedly doing Punk versus Seth, which we thought was a WrestleMania 40, barring injury, a WrestleMania 41 main event, like that's just thrown about willy-nilly on a Netflix debut and everything, shows you they're stacking this out to be like earth-shattering. This will be like Avengers Endgame shit.
Yeah. Yes. I want to see Jacob Fatu versus Oba Femi.
You know, who's fucking tough as shit for, that's the FCW belt right there. Right? That's the BMF belt.
Baby powder doesn't count. I'm not going back to whatever that started.
Fair enough. Well, I still was upset about, getting Paul Ellering out there throwing his baby powder at Uncle Howdy and everything like that. And that's what cost the match. So, yeah, see, baby powder doesn't count.
Totally count. If Wyatt versus JD is next for the Wyatt, then doesn't matter what 316 says. Liv is losing the title at the Rumble. There you go.
But if that's the next thing, does that mean that you have to switch adversely against that? Like, that you're going to have maybe Io and Rhea go for the title, what have you? Like, you've got to, if you're going to move Liv potentially away.
No. Sorry, a masked person is beating up Jordan Grace.
Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. A masked person
is beating up Jordan Grace. Who could it be?
And the Hammerlock DDT. Who could it be?
Oh, that.
Oh, that's and you can tell. So, folks, if you didn't already know, Tessa Blanchard is
officially back. Holy shit. This is controversial.
And does the little dog walk, the little kick dirt on you. Well, and it makes sense that they said that they were going to bring her back as a heel. You can't bring this woman back as a baby face. That's for fuck's sake. Yeah.
Good match, by the way, between LA and Solo. It's cooking. I'm shocked, dude. Again, we talked a lot about that in the pre-show, but I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it because it's funny as fuck of MDB saying Tessa Big Slur Blanchard. Yeah, holy shit, they actually pulled it. Well, and we've said this enough. Well, we won't, believe anything until we see it walk through the door and everything, because especially with the way the internet wrestling world is and everything, they'll say this, that, and the third, and not even a third of it will come true. The fact that we've got Tessa here, very prominently here, takes out Jordynne Grace.
But see, the report said Jordan doesn't want to work with Tessa again.
Yeah, you want to get out of this contract, so you got 2 months left.
Yeah, but how true are those rumors? If she outright refused, it wouldn't be happening. They're not company guy. Not in this circumstance. Again, you're not just gonna put that aside, Nick. It wasn't a little issue.
Fair enough, but I mean, Tessa's got more of a fucking chin than a Chinese. Like, she's looking all sorts of different.
Yeah, I just don't trust the internet reporting, right? Like, there's Jordynne Grace taking a beatdown from Tessa. Oh shit! Tama up over the table. LA Knight on fire, folks. Action everywhere.
Right? As we're getting a winner gets a TNA title shot match with Eric Young coming out.
Wow.
Hey, Wrestling for Life, will you stream WWE Netflix special next Wednesday? Well, according to the Voice Beyond, we will be here.
Big elbow from LA, and the crowd is going nuts.
Two go.
Hannah, we're going to try and do that. I just found out about it tonight, so we shall be here live, most likely, for that.
Yeah, we're not insiders or anything. We find out about most shit just as soon as y'all do.
Oh, shit. Jacob! Up. Amazing. Jacob Yank in LA. What a visual. That is amazing.
That's a nightmare fuel right there.
That meme is like me and then Monday. Jacob
right. Sunday night, Monday morning, just grabbing you in the fucking face.
Jacob annihilating. So technically LA wins, but if you voted nobody, this is pretty good for you.
Yeah, we'll give you the point.
A savage assault, according to Michael.
But this has got to invoke somebody else out here to come out, I feel.
Yeah, I wondered if Andrade came out to help him.
Really?
Nope, nobody.
Well, and could this be of we're going to make, again, Solo look strong before you about to eat that other L?
Yeah, I mean, again, you got to, they took, we got company, and it is Andrade.
And Apollo, just my faithful companion, my burro that I rode in. Apollo looking like he's working a second shift in an Olive Garden is why the fuck he's here.
Solo just swatted Apollo. Apollo and Tama having one of the most awkward fights I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
But then again, it didn't help. It wasn't enough. The bloodline looks strong. Apollo, no.
Well, and still though, is the bloodline stronger sans lower?
No. I mean, again,
they feel strong, and they just took out 3 people, just even as shit.
They're just the same. No up or down. Just
Right. There was no difference to be made.
no impact.
This man tore a bicep and nobody noticed.
So again, yeah, you're right. You know, you're making the Bloodline 2.0 look strong again. They're getting a lot of heat, lots of boos. It's perfect. It works.
Right before you about to get dunked on because Roman Reigns ain't losing that match unless the only way he loses that is before the match versus the end of the match of if you smell.
It's Netflix. I want them to go big. Like I just want like Samoans coming out of the crowd, like fucking every Fatu.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little Fatu, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Fatu.
Piccaleu, Lance, Juicy, Zilla, this one, that one.
Gandalf just doing the fucking bloodline fucking sign on the front of the door.
Right? It's
Pretty deadly trying to theater kid Braun Strowman.
Nick, we got to find those outfits for our live stream.
I call midriff just because I don't show anything below here, so you won't know if I'm wearing midriff or not.
Yeah. I'll look like Hillbilly Jim for fuck's sake. There's Braun.
Oh, why are you still? So we've got Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
One word that came out of Theory's mouth. Not one. No, sorry. What's his face?
Theory? Strowman? Who are you talking about?
What are you saying? The one guy I can't remember.
Waller?
Waller!
So you had it and then you corrected yourself and you were never wrong.
I was never wrong. That shows you the vitamins are good.
Exactly.
I just walked a circle for no reason.
I just need to take a walkabout.
What is the Scoville rating level of the Ulafala?
I don't know, but I bet you it's not as high as the Scoville units that we eat on the wing of the ring and everything that we also have going on Thursdays and everything. See, segue. But yes, as I've got Bayley coming out, so is this going to be main event?
No, we got lots of time.
Yeah, but we don't have another match announced.
KO and Cody.
Oh, that'll be the last segment. All right. So this will be the last match, not the last segment.
It still feels early. We got 40 minutes.
Yeah, but I think you need to let this go.
Oh, okay, that's really going.
Well, I'm not saying it's going to go 40 minutes. I could see it maybe going 15 tops.
Yeah.
You get a commercial, then you give the last 20.
Bullshit.
Like, even then, still, if this goes 10 minutes, you get a commercial, and then you get the last segment that's at minimum 20 minutes or so. You're going to get 5+ minutes of intros.
Yeah.
It's sad that we can break it down that easily. Like, well, I know if I get in line now, I might get my shit by now.
Brought to you by Mufasa. Up next.
Nah, Sylvania.
I'm a hugger. I bet you are. Just consent's important.
6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet.
Chelsea Green for the win. Yeah, what are people picking? Chelsea is in the lead right now, but not by much.
Right.
Chelsea for the win. Chelsea for the win. We both kind of sentimentally want Chelsea, but legitimately feel like she could do it.
Oh, yeah, she's winning. Like, especially now because of what we had happen in the first match. It's all but confirmed. It is written in the fucking sands of time. This is about to happen.
Yeah. Apollo getting involved in the bloodline is so fucking random. Wasn't Apollo got beat up by the bloodline on the same night? That's why it was.
Yes. Well, and also long-term booking. Remember when Roman Reigns was initially establishing it of he potentially reached out to Apollo when he was IC champ and he was the leader of the Wuhan nation and everything like that. So long-term booking of Apollo Crews in the bloodline storyline. Yes, we've got Mike Santana, Steve Macklin, Josh Alexander, Joe Hendry, good googly moogly. What is TNA doing?
Yeah, it's been good too. Good pace, fatal 4-way. Has anyone seen Anthony? I know Boston's got a magnifying glass out.
What are you talking about? Boston's his N1, like his +1. Like Boston's there right beside him.
Right.
Boston's there chatting for Anthony in the chat because Anthony can't chat in the chat. As I got Joe Hendry walking around with a suspended suplex or suspended driver on Macklin.
Right. He's pissed because Bloodline ate all the food and catering. I don't think it's long-term booking this time. They just need a third person because Nakamura is the heel. Yeah, and I mean, again, so how do you tie him in? You beat the shit out of him, and then Apollo's looking for revenge. It is what it is. Again, I think it was more about we need a few guys to make the Bloodline look strong. So it worked.
Yeah, well, and I see even with what you're saying, with what Misfit's saying, I feel like if you're going to tie in Nakamura into this, then it's more of you're talking about LA Knight than you are Apollo Crews. Like Nakamura versus Apollo Crews, does not ring bells in any streets or anything like that. Apollo
is the Tongaloa of the situation.
Yeah, somehow worse,
right? Like he was there.
And I love you, Apollo. Trust me, this is no hate. This is just how you've been presented. What's been laid before me.
Right. Joe Hendry for TNA champion 2025. Let's go. Genesis.
I think that's a guarantee. That would be I know we're not at our end of the review year, what have yous and everything, but that to me is an easy slam dunk prediction of Joe Hendry will be a TNA champion by the end of 2025.
Right. Oh, there's a lot. Almost.
Him at the power slap and everything like that. I'd just be terrified of, like, you mean I have to fight him? I'm gonna just die. Like, can I just duck? I'll kayfabe it. I'll kayfabe it. Can we do a work slap?
That's like
I'll duck.
That's like getting hit with a fucking how would you get out of the way?
That's death. That's a BMW just hit you across the head.
Spin your head right around.
Right. You spin me right around, baby, right around.
As here comes Chelsea Green with Piper.
I think it's going to be really interesting when Chelsea wins because, well, we know Mia Michin's in the finals, and we've talked about if she wins, she's probably going to be someone that defends it every week and everything. If Chelsea wins, like everybody, we all kind of want her to, you're having to get through Piper to get to Chelsea. She's got her own heavy. She's got her own little buffer.
Right. And she can play a role in how she wins it.
Oh, absolutely. And again, we talked about this on Thursday. We'll probably get the big pop, yay, Chelsea did a thing. And then instantly go back to hating her because somehow this woman is adorable and deplorable at the same time.
You loathe her, but at the same time,
right. I love you and I loathe you at the same time.
It's like Edge and Christian, like the 5-second photo delay.
The 5 minutes for the 5 seconds for those in attendance with flash photography.
Yeah, and at first you're like, dude, this is shit, but then it's just like it's dumb enough to get over. It's right? What Jericho's been trying to do but can't.
No, he did, and now he's just gone to the well too many times, and the tap runneth dry.
Right. Bayley rolling Chelsea back in the ring, telling Piper to stay away.
Yeah, so folks, let us know who you're taking, whether you're taking Bayley or whether you're taking Chelsea Green to end up facing Michin in the finals for the U.S. Women's Title Tournament at Saturday Night Main Event, which will be live here tomorrow for, I don't know the time.
7:30.
I got all the way. 7:30? 6:30?
7:30.
Sometime in the evening.
7:30.
Check your local listings. 100%.
Right there.
There we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, I got 99% of the way through that promo.
It was strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7:30.
Ooh, back elbow.
And Josh Alexander in control of Joe Hendry right now on one channel. On the other channel, for those who are just tuning in, yeah, we are kind of watching two shows. But Bayley in control of Chelsea. Nice basement clothesline.
Right. And I do like this from Scott. I think I brought this
I
up.
like that.
Will Joe Hendry be an NXT champion before a TNA champion? Could be.
Nah.
The likelihood, the odds are slim, but they're not insurmountable.
And I have no clue about Joe's contract status. I know there's a lot of we know a lot of oh, Josh is coming up and Jordan. I don't know what Joe's contractually obligated to TNA for. That would be a really curious thing. Like if
he had a Blanchard clause in his contract that
he has a Blanchard clause.
If any of them, whether it be Toni, Tessa, any of them show up, I'm out.
Right.
As I got Josh Alexander and Mike Santana throwing bows and throwing blows right now as Bayley walking down Chelsea.
Bayley trying to smother Chelsea. Lucky. Who could you see as world champion? Steve Macklin or Santana? Man, these guys seem like
both.
Oh, I mean, these guys seem like destined to have a really good run here for where they're kind of the top of the mountain in this company. Santana's been phenomenal. Another example to me of a guy that Tony, you had him, Tony. But Mike's been awesome. We know Josh's situation, so it does open the door. Macklin's been like a fucking bull for this company. So, yeah, I think it's going to cook in 2025 with these two. Plus, you got Joe.
Well, 100%. Well, and you said it with Tony. If you could even theoretically say it with WWE and everything when it comes to Macklin, you had him. Granted, no one really thought he had this in him because this man went from main events, and I don't mean Saturday night main events. I just mean main events to, the main event of is out there as a fucking star, is the flagship, the flag bearer for TNA.
Sorry, I get distracted. The West Side Guns are at TNA. But yeah, no, 100%, man. And I mean, I would love to see both these guys kind of get what they deserve. And I think it's going to be very interesting because, again, a lot of people want Joe to have that belt. How long does he have that belt with guys like Santana and Macklin?
That's what makes it great, is that TNA's done really well at backfilling of talent in, I think it comes with them being, I guess, they're like the Kansas City Royals, what have you, of wrestling and everything. They know that top talent's going to leave. So Josh is leaving, but we've got Santana, we've got Joe Hendry, we've got Macklin, we've got Moose, we've got a kind of murderer's row of guys. We've got Hammerstone that can all still fill into that slot. Jordan Grace is leaving, so we've got we're bringing in we're hyping up Rosemary. We've got I'm blanking on more of the women's division just because I keep getting caught up on fucking Blanchard. But
well, I mean,
they reload pretty well, does TNA.
They have no choice, and they do. Yeah, they've done it well for a long, long time. Now, I mean, is this administration as strong as the previous one to get that done? We hope so.
Well, so far it seems like and I don't know if they inherited, past administrations, workload and everything like that of you got handed these talents and everything. But yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Maybe Joe only has a short run. Ooh.
Well, and actually though, now that we're talking about it, because remember there was the whole point to where we thought talent was going to walk out because Scott left and everything.
Yeah.
And they pulled people together, and that's when Moose was there for the long term, and then they turned around and signed Hammerstone and everything. So they've surprisingly, if you look at it, the bigger picture, they've done really well as far as developing talent, or at least bringing in talent.
Yeah, and I mean, allowing talent to have stories, like even guys like Brian Myers,
Eric Young,
we've really seen them have a chance. Like you said, Macklin was able to reinvent himself completely, and we get the Trio Woe spot, and what a match. What a match on TNA right now.
Oh, this is a murderer's row. This is literally your main event scene, all fighting each other.
In one. And we are back. Chelsea, Bayley, folks. What did the chat do? I was shocked with the chat there for a second because let's see if it held up.
What?
64% Chelsea.
Is that close?
Yeah, I'm surprised Chelsea got that many votes.
Wait, what?
I'm surprised Chelsea got that many votes, that more people did not vote for Bayley.
I'm not. I'm like I said, I'm surprised it was that close. I'm surprised this isn't, 80-20. This isn't like some good ground beef for making some burgers. This isn't 80-20, 90-10 type shit. Right. I think Chelsea's the clear odds-on favorite, as I'm getting picture-in-picture with Mufasa.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't call her a favorite. It might be your favorite. I don't think she's like as on resume right now. I don't think she's where you would be like, oh, Chelsea's the favorite, like because of who she is in the show. But I digress.
Even creatively, though, that's the thing. Even if it's my favorite, I'm looking creatively of you're getting a baby face. If you're going to do baby faces versus baby face, you're doing it. Then it's like just the ultimate sign of like, we're doing this for respect. Versus you got to have a heel in this match. So even Chelsea, to me, clearly wins this match. Even if you feel she loses the finals, it's you set up a babyface versus heel. That to me is more of storyline outweighs even my own opinion.
Absolutely. Chelsea knee pads. Nick, speaking of big talent, how likely do you think Mustafa Ali goes to AEW?
As someone that's been very vocal for the way other companies treat people and opinions and everything, who's been vocal even when he was in WWE, etc., I don't think AEW is the place you go to right now because you see what being vocal gets you. So no. I'll sign with MLW before I sign over there.
In one hand, if they were cooking right now and you had guys like Ricochet, Ospreay, Swerve really cooking and really in stuff that matters, even bringing in the Hurt Syndicate and stuff, Ali fits kind of right in with that group. Ali could have a great match with a lot of those guys, Fletcher, but they're not. So you're a little concerned. And he's been, I don't know, I still think he's doing indie dates, but he's been super quiet.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him debut on AEW Rampage on the closeout, the cancellation to where they end the show with, I know who I want to take me home.
Right. So I'm getting a little bit of a picture here, reminding everybody February 1st, Royal Rumble.
Fair enough. I got Joe Henry with just
did you see these
over the top rope?
So what? Josh drops does the drop on the apron. Santana comes through the sky. So Josh drops Macklin, gets hit with a tope, and then Joe takes everybody out.
Yeah.
This is awesome chance. Oh, wait, look for Anthony.
Right.
They're panning.
They're panning or panting? I don't know. 1, 2. Bayley with a 2 count. Dos amigos.
Boston, that's a valid point. But we don't know what they want. But it's a good match.
I feel like if she goes over Bayley, unless it's a really great match, you're going to feel like you're going to have more people that are going to say Bayley should have won. Like it's very interesting any way you could go with it. I think that just they have the path of least resistance that lays before them. So I'd rather take that.
Oh, goes for the backstabber. Bailey blocks it. Again, I think that, there's a valid case. Oh, wow. The leg lariat.
Well, as Josh Alexander is zip tying. Who's he zip tying? Santana.
Was it Santana?
No. Santana to a barricade.
What a move by Chelsea, by the way. But again, I think the same works in this match, Boston. Chelsea's putting on a good match. I know she's known for her gimmicky stuff, but this is a real solid match right now. Bayley,
Piper. Bayley with a elbow on the Piper, though, as this is where Chelsea's gonna take advantage. Open over the barricade. Like that's like you talked about it a bit with Natalia and everything. Chelsea winning this, I think, is one of those of thank you for your service. This is one of those of your employee of the month type of championship wins a bit.
Yeah, 100%.
No way she wins it on a count out. Oh, Bayley sliding in. Knee. As Joe Hendry gets to 1, 2, 3, but we get an on prettier.
Joe
1,
Hendry
2, 3.
Oh! And Chelsea Green wins.
Arguably the two most just got over with the fans gimmicks of 2024, both just won within a matter of seconds of each other. Joe Hendry on the men's side and Chelsea Green on the women's side.
I love it. Within 6 seconds of each other, Joe Hendry, big W, wins a fatal 4-way, becomes the number 1 contender, and Chelsea Green will take on Michin tomorrow for the world title, the U.S. title, first ever women's U.S. champion.
And it shows, though, too, with that, as we're getting Motor City Machineers. They're doing their own little new world order, getting black and white promo.
I like it.
It fits more, honestly, with Motor City than it does with DIY. It was surprising with DIY. You feel like this is just how their life is. They live in Sin City.
But I like that they theme the vignette, right? Or the pre-tape. Both video packages feel the same. So I kind of like what they did here. But again, I just like the idea that we're getting. And look, they're showing Johnny with them back in the day. I like it.
Oh, trust me, if there's a channel out there that's more about theming, I haven't met it 100% when it comes to us. So absolutely, the fact that there's a connective tissue behind everything and still everything's got that, black and white, that grunge vibe all the way for it. It feels more real. It feels unique. It stands out.
Yeah, 100%. It really does stand out. So Boston kind of doubling down on what I said in the sense of Chelsea Green wins and you set Michin up as a chase for the first kind of feud.
And I think
it works.
Helps everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it kind of works for everybody in this situation.
Right. As I'm in commercial break right now with Jey Uso on SmackDown, and I'm getting a help support Chris Bay. If I could pull up the QR code for his GoFundMe and everything. Yeah, still scary circumstances with Chris Bay and everything like that. But yeah.
Right.
I can't be.
What?
I was just gonna say I can't believe we're 20 minutes away from Toni Storm's debut on Rampage. I'm so excited, my guy. I don't know if you are, of the show that's about to end in 2 weeks. I can't believe that they're debuting their former women's world champion as she comes back after she were fucking retired and everything on a show that's dying.
That nobody's watching except insane people like you and I.
People watch Collision more than they watch Rampage. People watch Ring of Honor more than they do Rampage. And that's fucking saying something because you got to pay for that shit.
No, it's crazy.
Poor decisions lead to poor results. And unfortunately, poor people just can get mad about shit. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah. I started off poetic and then ended terribly, but as I've got Nick Nemeth backstage cutting a promo with the TNA title as he's taking on AJ Francis.
Yes, he is.
Flop dollar.
The
man with a negative vertical leap.
I did see Stoner Jesus in the chat. May the blunt be with you, sir. I don't know what he said, but I can't find the comment anymore. But welcome. Hannah's back in the house. The chat's still rolling, folks. Leon Slater in the system. I missed that.
That happened? What did the I heard yeah on a Discovery credit card commercial, and I was like, what in the Tama Tonga did I just see happen? I was like, Tama, is that you?
Right.
Are you scaling the War Games cages now like a Mario?
Young P, yeah, Toni Storm is not timeless anymore, but she is Rampage.
Well, do you think that they at least could have done something around the timeless gimmick, or like even at least a new gimmick versus going back to respectfully like cream pie in the face from Charlotte Flair gimmick and everything like that? To me was just that gimmick's just tainted.
But that's not even a gimmick. That's just her. Like that is
no, that's not her. That's not her.
That's her. That's how she been up in like timeless. Toni wasn't her, obviously. Like she kind of went back to her roots on this one. I don't know what gimmick you'd give her. And I thought, I mean, I'm pretty sure you were in the camp of like a lot of people that were kind of fed up with timeless Toni.
Yeah, but I'm out of the camp of I take timeless over this. Like I feel what
over just being herself.
This is not herself. This isn't
like a gimmick other than she wears a leather jacket and puts a bit of black under her eye.
I think no, but I think she really found her groove and found her stroke of like, for as much as I didn't like timeless for how much it got over, that was you found the stroke. You found at least, I think, what at least connects in a bit. So if you did that as an updated version or anything like that, like I said, to me, something new versus you rehash what we've already seen. Like to me, it was a step back. I felt more like even if it's her, what have you, however you want to view it.
Be the next step. Like I don't get that. Like she's
a combination of the two, an amalgamation or anything like that.
The gimmick was played out. Like a lot of people were, again, I think it had run its course. If it kept
the gimmick she came back to was played out. That's why she went to timeless.
But she's not doing like a gimmick. She went back to just no gimmick, just me. Here I am. I don't get it.
I still say it's a gimmick, but I digress.
What's the gimmick?
It's literally her fucking WWE gimmick of just I'm Aussie Toni Storm of I'm so tough and I'm basically just Aussie Gwen Stefani. Oh, Nakamura! Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, Nakamura is terrifying to come back to with this shit.
Nice. No longer will people be brave.
With the Shogun mask and everything and all the red light and everything. Like, no, like I know you got the tattoo sleeves and all that. Like, this man's out here. Like, I'm gonna end up with a Shinsuke tattoo just because I was already gonna go with like a samurai theme and everything. This man's just looking terrifying.
It's Collision going head to head. Yes, I believe it will be head to head.
As they're running through him becoming U.S. champion after the man hit the smooth criminal mist.
Right, Shinsuke Nakamura is the Sith Lord. I like it.
Shogun Shinsuke is good doll. Yeah.
Masha. Slam my bitch. Let's go. Masha's amazing. And Masha about to take on Tasha Steele.
All right. Well, I got Tiffany, taking a stroll down a wintering lane. Like I said, oh, it's okay. It happens.
Oh, rude.
Tana's out here looking like Peg Bundy with purple hair.
Nia and Candice got a tag team title match next week. against your new champions, Bianca and Naomi.
And can you even see it on Tiffany's face of just like,
Ew.
huh? What? What?
Right.
What about me? What? I'm here too. Hello. Do you see me? Am I real?
Yeah. So they continue to put that wedge down. And Nia even said right to her face, some people aren't meant to be singles champs.
And now you're getting the tension a little bit now between Candice and Tiffany. What?
This is good Candice. This is the best Candice has ever been anywhere in the WWE. This is my favorite version of Candice at any time in WWE.
I agree with you, but I would also slightly argue her initial, and I do mean initial run in NXT, once she got paired with anybody, whether it be hubby, whether it be Indy, what have you, respectfully, was a little sandbag.
Right.
But yeah, I think we're very clearly, obviously, pivoting Tiffany towards becoming a babyface, which is interesting. But we've now got it set in stone, my guy, of the finals for the U.S. title is going to be between Chelsea Green and Michin.
The Santino comes out on TNA and Liv Morgan and Io on the screen. Now Sammy Drew talking about tomorrow night.
Right. Do you see Drew sharing Sammy as a AI Uber driver, Uber Eats driver?
Right.
Santina Mela, you're going to listen to me. So we're going to end Friday Night Smackdown as we got about 10 minutes left with the final words before Saturday Night Main Event between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
Do you have Masha retaining? Yes. But what does Santino do?
He's talking to things. I have him on mute because I had WWE on the audio as they're advertising Saturday Night Main Event and going back to the old school throwback. But yeah, Santino, my name is John Cena. John Cena. You're not going to be out here competing for the number one. John Cena's or Santino is just like Italian Arnold. If you're trying to do his impression, you just you really just dumb it down a little and you're there.
Yeah. AEW is going at its normal time tomorrow, 316. Dom, I wish I could watch. Damn, I wish I could watch TNA. Well, we'll keep you up to date as much as possible, sir.
Right. Oh, so are we banning Alicia Edwards from ringside? Or we? Yeah. I thought I heard the word fired, and I was hoping more for that as he's now just carrying her off because that's official. And so we're.
Ooh.
If you use promo code blah 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 on TNA Plus, as he's got Alicia Edwards on his shoulders and everything.
TNA is on Thriller TV. It's also on Impact Plus or TNA Plus or whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah. Or you can listen to us talk about it. But yes, we have Masha Slamovich and Tasha Steelz going at it right now for the Knockouts Women's Championship.
My favorite part about this is he's Italian and he's actually from Toronto.
Yeah, no, I never said he was Latino. I said you just, you do Italian Arnold.
Right.
And slow it down, and that's him. But yeah, no, I know the man's is Canadian as shit, even though they sold him from fucking Milan, Italy.
It's crazy. It's funny as shit.
Were you out there just like Leo and like, whoop, here's my part. I know him. He's Canadian. Like instantly, did you recognize this? Did your Canadian spidey senses go off?
Right, it has to. Absolutely. Like, oh,
he's Canadian right out of the gate.
That's it. Think that tomorrow on Monday, Liv and Dom kick Finn out. Too soon. I don't see it happening tomorrow or Monday. Or tomorrow. It could be, though, but I doubt it.
No. And it could even, I don't think it's someone kicks so-and-so out. I think it's more of a implosion, a division, what have you. It's not, to hell with you, like we all break apart here.
Yeah.
as Masha with a 2 count on the outside as I'm in commercial break on
security.
What?
Taking out security in the process.
Ah.
Well, folks, I will remind everyone real quick as we're coming back out of commercial break tomorrow, Saturday night main event, 7:30 live here on the channel. Gonna be a fun one, a huge night ahead. Bringing back a classic. Our Saturday night streams always cook. So if you haven't been here before for a Saturday night, make sure you get in there. And for all the returnees, it's gonna be a party. So join us for all of that tomorrow night. Plus, we're back for all your favorite wrestling. We got specials coming up. We got interviews out. We got tons going on. And click all the buttons. Follow us everywhere.
Let me tell you, Monsoon, there's no place I'd rather be than with the Wrestling for Life on Saturday Night Main Event.
Right.
I tried to pull in Jesse there. I couldn't work. But yeah. As I got Cody coming out, as I got Tasha Steelz with a 2 count on the outside. PK, did Joe Hendry make an appearance already tonight? Yeah, he already was there and he won. Thank you for playing along.
One of my favorite parts of the whole KO thing, like one of the gripes that KO has, when he was given the "What really grinds my gears" speech, they give him pyro, not one, not two. They give him 3 pyro. Why does he need 3 pyro?
I was initially sold on when he's like, and people in the U.S. they're letting their kids dye their hair getting platinum bleach blonde and everything. But to me, I think was the QB on the tracksuit and everything, to where he's like, because he labeled himself the QB
Right.
of this era and everything. No one calls him that. Like the cut to of no one calls him that. I'm like, yeah. Man, fucking Joe Burrow. Who came first? Joe Burrow with the blonde hair or Cody Rhodes with blonde hair?
He kind of is the Joe Burrow of wrestling. Not just the hair, now that you bring it up.
Limp wrist, motherfucker.
The Toadster.
He is 100% in a group chat still with probably like Brian Myers, Zack Ryder, or Matt Cardona, and he's the Codester in the fucking group chat. Or Star Code or something. He's still Stardust. Did you see people doing the memes of we're gonna bring back Stardust for one night only for a Saturday night main event?
Right.
God,
but Cody's in the ring with Michael Cole, folks.
Now, does Cole have to run from in-ring to KO's car in the parking lot, and back to in-ring, and then back to the car to do this?
Kevin Owens. Let's go. No, Kevin Owens.
I do still think, though, like, if they're going to do a change at Saturday night's main event, like, respectfully, this is kind of the one to do, because this is the bigger waiting for the hammer to fall. This is the biggest lever you can pull.
I agree, man. Dude, I would love it.
Yeah, you'd want to be a world champ, wouldn't you?
Right. Let's go. I want that belt. But so no KO, folks, to start the main event here, as far as the promo or the end of the show more than the main event. But Cody's starting off without him. Big DDT by Tasha Steelz.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be interesting of thinking about it. If no Jordan Grace, what have you, this is about to, well, not saying it's a fallback, but this is now your Knockouts women's division right here.
Right. One night only. Oh, Michael Cole saying is he going to tell
us? Are we going
to
announce the one wing, the winged eagle belt?
Look, perfect. Enough. Who cares?
And Kevin's still talking from his car.
He will not get out of his fucking car. KO hasn't moved into his car.
Hey, I've taken a nap or two in my car, and sometimes that shit hit. Sometimes that shit slap. How can you always be okay with not just using me, but using every, like, this is the thing of Kevin Owens went to, I guess, the recency Drew McIntyre school of being a heel in WWE of justification. If you can validate you being a heel, you are the best kind of heel in pro wrestling right now.
Yeah, we had this debate.
If I can sympathize with you, I get you.
Yeah, we had a bit of this debate on Wednesday night. Like, if you can make it feel real and dig into some truths, it works, man. That's what your bread and butter is.
Yeah. I don't know why I was going all cow shit, bread and butter, udders, all that. Yeah, no, 100% of, yeah, this is, again, we say it, and it's not just a slogan, it's how we are, and I'm glad that the wrestling's following suit. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You were way more interesting as Stardust, quote unquote. Thank you, KO.
Yeah.
Hashtag utters for sure.
Fuck off. But no,
Cody's going out there.
You can get hit with a car, You are going out there, outmanned and outgunned. This man's in a car. All he's got to do is see you coming at him, and I put this shit in 4-wheel drive.
Gas pedal.
Sport mode, bitch.
How perfect played, right? Like, Michael Cole sets it up so Triple H said you get to use something one night only. What is it? And then KO pops up. No one cares. You're a phony. You're a big phony.
Kevin Owens is the Twitter comment. Hey, Kevin jumps him out of the car, just side pocket, corner hole. Pause.
This Kevin Owens has given us the most fun we've had with Cody Rhodes as champ in this run here.
This has been the most believable that Cody may leave not champ since Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that's fair. As here comes security and KO throwing bombs. Why do you throw the belt like that?
Well, even still, I like that Kevin Owens. He's wearing a Stardust shirt. Kevin has been trolling even just with the shirts. If he wears a Dusty shirt, like even with this man wearing Stardust, baby.
When he was wearing the Bob Orton when I popped, I'm like, how you had to look for that one.
I mean, I think you got to look for a Stardust shirt. How many Goodwills did he hit up for that shit?
What a line, though. You were more interesting as Stardust.
Are we going to get Stephen Amell at Saturday night's main event?
Right, let's go.
He did the podcast with Taker. He's in good.
I listened to it yesterday. It was pop.
I keep getting clips. I get clips of him and the one with Christ, why am I blanking on his name?
Eddie?
Yeah. No, we go one-on-one with the Undertaker. Teddy Long.
I said Teddy.
Oh, I thought you said Eddie.
Oh no, Teddy. Oh, down goes Cody. Down goes Cody.
And Kale's walking with a belt though. Oh. Foreshadowing or
he who goes over on the go home gets.
I know. My words are coming back to eat me. And just drops the belt on him. Like, what a pittance.
Yeah.
Oh,
give
my
him the
words
belt. Give him the belt. Jerry Springer had better security. Steve.
Right. Their security got over. Is Wardlow the Steve of pro wrestling?
Yes. Well, I don't know.
A bodyguard that got over like shit and then ended up trying to get big and not doing shit. Fuck. I'd hate to be right.
Cody down and out as we go off the air tonight, folks. That is your show. It is in the books. How'd you feel about it? What'd you like? What didn't you like? What was good? What was bad? What was in between? As Tasha and Masha are destroying each other.
Absolutely.
I never thought it'd become
fighting up the rampway right now. What now, sir?
Never thought it'd become a match between Tasha and Masha.
Tasha, Masha. Everything Masha. As I've got Rampage starting of. Yeah, I had a quick pivot. But yeah, no, I was pleasantly surprised with SmackDown tonight. I hate that they make me eat my own words of those who go over on the go home show, lose on the pay-per-view, the PLE. But yeah. Overall, I think it was a really solid show. I'd go 8 SmackDown.
8? Nice. Okay. I like that.
I can be sold lower, but not too much lower. I'd say a solid 8 of you. We got Braun, the strowman. We got a little bit of developments across the board. I'd say 8.
Dude, I just went from SmackDown where I was smiling to Jericho.
Here's Jericho.
Where this whole New York thing is pissing me off. Like, it's like, Tony, know what I'll do for you? I'll go around and brag about how we're doing New York just to piss off everybody more.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to try and, if you need to cut me off just so you can get your ratings, what have you, but why in the ever-loving fucking Christ is this man wearing a New York Yankees hat? Like, I thought I couldn't dislike Chris Jericho more. This man is, I don't know at this point who's more hated wearing Yankees attire, whether it's Juan Soto or Chris Jericho.
Tonight,
I think both could suffice. Sorry.
So this whole New York Minute thing he's doing, and like even the other week he came on and it was supposed to be clever. He called New York Beantown, and he called it the Big Easy, and it was like, what the fuck?
That's how you get stomped out in Timberlands, mother. Like, we don't play. Like, that shit ain't funny. You're like, no, oh my God. Like, we already don't like you. Don't provoke us. I'm gonna start a shirt from Walmart.
Right. We are getting a replay on Rampage of Matt Cardona beating up Jericho on Ring of Honor.
Well, the contract signing between and the man still again wearing a fucking Yankee. Why is this man in his Billy Crystal era of fucking pro wrestling and everything like that?
Again, it's Ring of Honor, so I'm torn either way. But it still kind of blows my mind. You bring in Matt Cardona, let him have a match on Dynamite. Dynamite shit. At least Cardona's going to have a good match. And
yeah, honestly, think about it. You have a Dynamite. You had Matt Cardona has a match and Toni Storm. That's a fucking way to sell it. Holy shit. Imagine that. Instead, I swear to God, I think Chris Jericho's out there just trying to see how much he can fuck with Tony Khan. Or like, how much did he have a pool of saying, I bet you he won't let me just go on TV wearing a New York Yankees hat for weeks on end just because. Watch. I give you 10-1 odds. I'll bet you $100 in the pool right now. He won't let me do it. Holy shit, he let me do it. Like, what is happening?
But he also like to be the little patsy, like the little fucking pipsqueak. Like, oh, you know what would be awesome, Tony? I'll wrestle Matt Cardona for you. That will get them back. I'll do that for you, boss.
You know what's funny is GCW is doing Matt Cardona versus Effie before you get Matt Cardona versus Chris Jericho. So it feels like they're almost booking their own end of the story before Tony can do it.
Right? 7.5 out of 10. I'm right there. 7.5. 8. I mean, I can understand. 9 out of 10. Mia Yims.
So this is Brian Keith. So this isn't even Jericho. This is goddamn stupid ass Jericho on commentary.
Next week on the pay-per-view.
Fair enough, but still, at least I get Brian Keith versus Matt Cardona. I would be fine if this was Ring of Honor. If this was Ring of Honor, and you get Big Bill, you get Brian Keith, you get Matt Cardona, you get Bandito, all of that. That's a nice little kind of main event season.
Yeah,
Jericho can fuck off to retirement home.
Mm-hmm. I give it a 9. Favorite part of the show was Drew McIntyre making the scene and upsetting Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes. And
we entirely forgot about that shit.
Yeah, and then Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, like a lot.
Yeah, so, I'm still sold on my 8.
It's good. I mean, I'm right there with you. I'm close. 8 out of 10. SmackDown is an A, but didn't like the DQ. TNA is cooking. It's been good, and I mean, you're
Anthony's there.
Yeah, it's been good. Overcooked 7.75. Not bad. I'm right there. 6.5 out of 10. No Liv or Rhea. There you go, Ken. Not underbooked. Hashtag underbook, both of them.
Well, I was gonna say if Overcooked is a 7.75, I'll take that any day.
7 out of 10 from OG Dale. KJC Jericho. I did. Did you not see my eye twitch? Come on, Jonathan.
This man's just waiting to find a reason to walk it off here now. I gotta get the Jericho stink off me. I gotta go take a shower. I gotta go decontaminate everything.
Why the fuck is Jericho getting more ring time and push than Bill or Keith or any of your women's division or half your roster or Wardlow or Ricky or what? Why so much?
Because Chris Jericho is the Poochie of pro wrestling. Because when Chris Jericho isn't on screen, everyone should be asking, "Hey, where's Jericho?"
The crowd would be dead for regular Toni Storm. I don't think so. Jericho, the Grinch for Christmas.
The Grinch is the baby face versus fucking Jericho. Let's be honest.
And the fucking Grinch told a good story. The complete. What the fuck is the nickname of that? What is the complete? Who's the complete? Is that
the complete shit?
What is happening?
Right? Explain.
Scott kills me. No Yokozuna or Ultimate Warrior 0.
Jericho is amusing himself, and I'm all for it.
He doesn't have to amuse himself publicly.
Yeah, I don't need to see a guy. I don't need to pay to watch a guy flay himself publicly.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman was just amusing himself.
Right. Normally, though, they have theaters for that shit and everything, or alleyways and everything for that.
Right. How is it a learning tree if Jericho swung constantly? Yeah, why is he not coaching? He's just was he Reg Dunlop?
He's Bill Belichick.
No,
it's all about me.
All right, the player coach, right? Reg Dunlop here.
Oh no! Now I'm trying to think of. I don't know respectfully what you were referencing. I've never heard that name before.
No,
but I was trying to think of another player coach. But yeah,
it is.
Go ahead.
I want to see if anyone in the chat got the Reg Dunlop reference, or is that too Canadian, too close to Canadian?
I think it might be.
There, let's go. Let's go, KO. Oh, shit. Harley Cameron is on tonight. I am all in. Harley Cameron against Toni Storm. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Good for us. Terrible career choices.
It's one of those when you try and just kick it off and you fucking shank that shit way the fuck out of bounds.
Woo-woo. The post-WrestleMania 40 shit booking for Cody Rhodes continues. Triple H out making Tony Khan. His booking look amazing. Chief Fanatic. Where to begin with this comment? Cody's been booked fine. That was fine, especially when Cody wins tomorrow. But even if he loses, it's fine. Calling it shit booking. I don't know what you see or perceive as the shit booking, but yeah, I don't think anybody's making Tony Khan's booking look good. Let's be real.
Tony Khan can't make his booking look good. So fucking God bless anyone else that can try and do that. But I'm so confused. Well, no, because then he goes into the 8.8 out of 10 for SmackDown. Like, I'm confused. Like, are you calling it good or are you calling it bad? Like, what?
The Macarena is more amusing than Jericho. I'll accept that. What else is more amusing than Jericho? Stupid answers.
Wrong answers only.
Oh, I was going to say wrong answers only, but they're all wrong. 8.5. They're all correct.
No, they're all right. What are
they're
you
all
talking
right.
about?
That's the problem. 8.5 out of 10. Might be a little too Canadian. There you go. It was a slap shot reference.
Oh. I'm remiss a bit on my slap shot skin, trivia and everything. No, I'm not saying I haven't watched it, but I'm saying I'm not, as familiar. That's not easily in the front of my repertoire.
Movie. I was on my own. At least one person in the chat would be like, go Chiefs.
Fair enough. Well, no, fair enough. I was just more of like, I don't know it, so I don't want to insult anyone.
Right?
See Money pointed out it's a deep cut. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Scott, I acknowledge my tribal chief, Sam Darnold.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go.
I guess my tribal chief is taking a pause for the cause. Don't let him hear that I said that. Pause. That was weird. But yeah, no. Josh Allen's my tribal chief. A lobotomy is more amusing. Again, that'll be the other thing of in the comments after the stream and everything. Because trust me, we can all come up with 1,001 things that are more entertaining than Chris Jericho right now, especially when it comes to AEW. But in the comments underneath the stream and everything, once we go off live and everything, let us know what to you is more entertaining than Chris Jericho. Let's see if we can get a top tier list, a top 10 countdown list of what's more entertaining than Chris Jericho. That'll be our next members only stream and everything, which, by the way, we do have the members only streams. We do have the memberships. We do have the super chats, the super stickers, 100%. If you want to make sure you show up and show out and help support the channel and everything like that. We do also have the merch store as well of, if I can find the slide amongst the things, other way. There we go. We're getting there. It's not there, but yes, 100%. We do have the merch store as well and everything like that. So 100%. I ran the advertisement and everything like that. 100%. The holiday season's upon us, so 100%. You're being a bad friend. You're being a bad relative. You're doing a disservice to even Santa Claus. You're letting down all the elves and everything like that. If you're not out there spreading the good gospel, spreading the word, giving the gift of wrestling. So 100%. We've got everything out there for your pro wrestling needs. We've got everything from bucket hats to bottoms. We've got, camo hoodies to wrestling and chill and everything. If you're getting all set up and geared up for the Netflix debut and everything. So we got you covered for all styles and all types of wrestling fans. So 100%. Link in the description. Absolutely be a friend. Tell a friend. What? TJ Chiefs are overrated. Yes, I say this as a Bills fan. I agree with that statement. As Eddie Edwards getting involved with fans a little bit on the outside, taking on Jeff Hardy. Fighting out here right now is Matt Cardona still in control here. It's there in spirit. Yes, it is. 100%. Well, I don't want to run the ad again and, be quiet. Heaven forbid I be quiet for a little bit. I know. Trek, I'm shocked. Jericho didn't try to get a cameo in the Trailer Park Boys movie that just came out. I mean, fair enough. I mean, they probably were like, nah. I mean, let's be honest. Green Bastard over Chris Jericho. 10 ways to Sunday here. That's a Mania match we need to see. Hunter, book that for Tony. Book that for World's End. Give me the Green Bastard versus Chris Jericho, and I'll be into a Chris Jericho match in 2025. Let's go. Christ, triple threat for the Ring of Honor title. Make it, follow up with Matt Cardona and everything. Rampage is more interesting than Jericho. When he's on Rampage, it tears a hole in the space-time continuum. Yeah, we need a flux capacitor out here. Liv Morgan is more entertaining than Jericho. Jericho over Rhea Ripley. Just see money. No, you're just wrong with that. Hardy Boys for the win. Chiefs haters everywhere, not surprising. People love to hate on success. I'm hoping for a three-peat. Well, Boston, you're used to it because you're living off the teat of getting the Patriots and Tom Brady and all that. So, yeah, you're used to being the evil empire. But these motherfuckers somehow managed to define physics and find ways to win. But yeah. Zigzag Rough Rider, 1, 2, 3. As Cardona wins and Jericho looking like Canadian Spike Lee takes off the headset. So we're going to get a face-to-face confrontation, I feel, between Cardona and Jericho as Matt Hardy, with a twist of fate into Brian Myers through tables. Sorry, I got the hiccups literally as I was trying to say all that. Oh, yeah, so we're getting a replay of the twist of fate through the table onto the outside. And so this really comes down to now Jeff Hardy versus Eddie Edwards. As we're getting Harley Cameron cutting a song about the 12 days of shopaw.com. Well, folks, I'll steal a page out of their book and everything like that, and just to save myself a little bit here, as I'm trying to work through the hiccups and everything like that, if I can find the videos, we've still got 12 days before the holiday season, before that lovely Christmas day and everything like that. So 100%, we got 12 days of shopwrestlingforlife.com here, but I'm going to hit this so I can save myself. But there we go, 100%. See, I fixed it. I'm back good. I'm fully operating here as I'm in commercial on Rampage. Yes, again, I've still got Eddie Edwards and Jeff Hardy tearing each other apart on the outside here, as it seems Matt Hardy and Brian Myers clearly with the twist of fate took each other out. Yeah. Trip saying regular water. I would use it if I had it by me. I had an ad break. I had our own commercial. Jericho reminds me of the old guy wrestlers that hogged the limelight in WCW. Oh, if you didn't hit the nail on the head. Ding, ding, ding. Jason said the buzzword of the day of absolutely very much it is when it comes to Jericho and AEW. It is creative control. It is doesn't work for me, brother. It is, I've said for the longest time, it is WCW vibes. Absolutely. TJ, what up? Per usual, hard fought contest with a job. Yeah, a little bit. Well, no, Cardona and Brian Keith wasn't a jobber squash match and everything like that. Christ, if anything, yeah, Jerry Hogan was the jobber there. TJ, Craven Hunter movie is more entertaining than Jericho, or so I've heard. That almost might be a hard stretch, because I'm gonna be honest, what I've seen with Craven Hunter trailers and everything like that, I have no interest in seeing that movie. Then again, I also have no interest in seeing a Chris Jericho match. So I'll say that might be a push. Tracking green with MDB and Chaos in the TNA match. Well, right now I've just got Jeff Hardy going all splashy, back elbow, going for Whisper in the Wind on Eddie Edwards there. As Jeff Hardy very much still dressing up like he's got Michael PSAs as his kid manager here a little bit of the very, tight knit. Everybody forgets about that. That was still always fun of when they were on N64 and you could sit there and had Jeff Hardy with the alternate tires and the Michael PSAs if they all had the little tight ass shirts that all had that like velvet crush appeal to it and everything. But how ironic, people would rather listen to Jericho on a show than watch him on TBS. I digress. I'm hoping to where we get to the point to where people would rather listen to us than rather listen to Jericho, or actually sensible people would rather listen to us than listen to Jericho. But yeah, I'm hoping for that point of where we're outpacing him, because I don't get it. It's a self-relation. This man, I know MDB's out there, knee pad police. If there's a man that invests in knee pads because he fucking is on his knees all the time, it's Chris Jericho. Small Mark Swoggles, Little People Court, more entertainment than again. Yeah, so we're building up the list. I will remind everybody of let us know in the chat after we're live and everything like that, just so we can keep the track record of it and everything. And we'll read off here. You let us know in the chats and the comments and everything, and we'll pick the best and everything when it comes to the start of Saturday night's main event tomorrow of what is the best, better than Chris Jericho things and everything. I'd rather get a colonoscopy than listen to Chris Jericho. There you go. Chris Jericho used his knee pads so they had holes in them. Yeah, well, now he's got holes in his game. What do we have? We're fitting a table through an exit door. I feel like some people on the other side, I didn't fully see who was there, what have you. As I'm getting Toni Storm. So the moment has come. Yes, bazinga we're getting not so timeless Toni Storm. We're getting Toni Storm going back to Aussie with a Band-Aid. We're getting Nelly Aussie. We're getting Nelly Toni Storm out here. Taking on why am I already blanking on her name? Fucking hologram. Christ, Harley Cameron. Jesus, tap dancing Christ. That's how much I cared so little about her. I couldn't even remember her name. So, folks, strap on and strap in. MDB, I know you're getting your socks and your rocks off, but yeah, we're getting Harley Cameron taking on Toni Storm in her debut now as no longer timeless. She's done with the retirement. She just returned on Dynamite earlier this week. Theoretically, this was recorded the same night afterwards and everything, which surprisingly Toni didn't get the biggest pop that I feel like you could have done if you waited till Wednesday. But yeah, we're just fucking everything up. But let me know who you're taking, and let me know honestly if you're a fan of Toni going back to OG Toni Storm, character, gimmick, what have you, however you want to go with it. KJ said this is her. That if we're going back to this Toni Storm versus trying to even find a hybrid of, timeless as Toni reaches out for the handshake. Oh, we're going to get a replay of Jeff Hardy doing Royal Rumble 2000 spot. It was the Hardy Boys versus Dudleys. Yeah, because that's when we got the Cactus versus Triple H street fight and everything. That's honestly one of my favorite pay-per-views just because of the fucking set and everything. But we're getting the replay of literally, we got Eddie Edwards set up on the table in the middle of Stanch Away and Jeff Hardy with a swanton bomb. Let's fucking go. That's such a fucking callback to anyone that knows it. That's a callback to anyone that doesn't. That's a great moment. That's chef's kiss of that. But I've still got Toni versus Harley, and I hate though too that this is going to be a competitive match. Like this isn't going to be a squash. Braun Strowman versus Carmelo Hayes is going to be very much more of a squash than Harley Cameron versus Toni Storm on her return match. And I hate that. And I hate that this is on a show that we've got, literally 2 more shows left of Rampage. And we go to picture in picture. Yes. So the Hardy Boys pick up the win. But yeah, one of the closing notes of Rampage is going to be Harley Cameron versus Toni Storm. Speaking of rampages, please go on one.
No, I love it. I love Harley. I love Toni. Why is your champ on fucking Rampage? It's ridiculous that you brought this lady back and stuck her on a Rampage match. It's a bad look, bad feel, bad vibe. Harley Cameron deserves more TV time than Jericho, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, I don't get what the mindset is. I don't get why you bring back all this talent, especially the women, and just bury them in a corner.
Because I don't know what to do. I think that's Toni right now at this point. I don't know what to do. Like, it's got to be at this point. Like, motherfucker, like, this is such an obvious decision. Like, you have to, like, do this on a Dynamite. Do even Cardona on a Dynamite. What are we doing?
Yes. To all of it. Dynamite has had, it's had less than 10 good shows. Like, really good shows this year. In 2024, I've been saying it all year long. Like, another show that's not great. I think it's around 5, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Less than 10 great shows. You could use personality like the Harley Cameron or a match like Harley versus Toni. You could use Brian Keith versus Matt Cardona, but they don't. We get nothing.
The show's ending. Why are you adding? Why is one of the last memories of Rampage going to be Toni Storm's return match and everything? The show's literally, it's got till 2025. So what? We're in the last 2-3 weeks of this, the end is near. So why are we throwing Toni Storm into here when we could have easily done this on a Dynamite? Like, and if you want to say it was, well, she would have gotten the pop and the reaction because she just debuted and we're doing it X amount recently and maybe save the audience, there wasn't that big of a pop for her returning then.
On Wednesday?
No, for showing up tonight and everything. Like, her entrance tonight, I feel, was a little flaccid.
Kind of. I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it there in Boston.
It's almost like Timeless Toni Storm is Tony's broken version compared to Matt Hardy.
In a way.
Well, speaking of which, did you see the Hardys picked up the win and they hit the same spot from, it was Royal Rumble 2000 when they're in the Garden and they do the little spot on the Dudley Boys on the little walkway and everything.
Right. No, 100%. I mean, again, big win for them. They've done well since going back to TNA. But I believe we're at the main event of this particular show. And I believe there's one more match on Rampage. So should be
there shouldn't be. Like, at least if you're going to do her on Rampage, she's got to be the main event. Like, could you think about it? You're going to do her on Rampage. Pause.
Stop saying that, bro.
And she's the pause. And she's the co-main event. She's not even the main event. What?
If you're going to go on a Rampage, get consent, folks.
Ask Godzilla, ask King Kong, ask Donkey Kong, all of that.
But Tony is in control of Harley Cameron on Rampage. We are also watching the main event of Final Resolution as AJ France is taking on Nick Nemeth. And the question becomes, will we get JBL?
Right. Well, I saw Christopher Cox just trying to trigger me with watching Freeman's home run more entertaining than Y2J. So taking a strike at me as a Yankees fan and you as a Canadian. There we
go. Not picking you, Boston. Hey, did you guys hear that Diamond Dallas Page has been working with Lex Luger and has got him stand up out of his wheelchair? That's amazing. I did not hear that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I hadn't heard that, and I'm not gonna knock it. But
no, I'm not knocking it at all. And like,
I don't know it, so I can't confirm it. But yeah,
I don't know if you saw the like the Butterbean story with DDP. That made me cry like a bitch. Like, I couldn't help it. I mean, that is insane what he did with Butterbean.
Fair enough. DDP out there just being the shaman of fucking pro wrestling right now.
He really is.
Well, to me, the biggest thing, and will forever be the biggest thing, is him and Scott Hall.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing because, like, Scott Hall was such a publicly known thing and an issue and everything. Mm-hmm. And to see of, like, it ends with, theoretically, of bad guy or bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Like, for it to come full circle like that, like, that's a fucking movie. That's a movie.
Yeah, this is funny. TNA is better than AEW at this point. That's not new, Chiefs Kingdom. Follow up. Lex Luger must have gotten a ticket to the chocolate factory. He hopped out of his chair at the grandpa show.
I hate that. I love that comment. It's one of my favorite movies, by the way. Yeah.
Right? Oh, absolutely. A fucking gem. I remember when DDP was just a manager. Yeah.
All right.
DDP was talking with Chris Van Vliet. Maybe DDP can work with Jericho and Jericho can get back in ring shape. Let's go.
No, don't you put that evil on me, Bobby.
Swanton off tax cabinet.
Yeah. Well, no, it was the little walkway and everything to where they had like the fucking sheet metal roofing and everything. And that's when I think Jeff hit the swanton. I know they had the taxi cabs there. Like that also too, that event sticks in my mind constantly because I really loved the Triple H and Cactus street fights and everything. And that was when that really happened there.
100%.
You've got the Vendetta, your favorite faction, coming out right now.
Just the honor. Jericho's built like a corn dog. That's one of my faves. That's fucking hilarious. As she is taking on already in the ring. How does this follow the last match?
Well, yeah, like
Shaza. Shout out Shaza. Let's go.
Hey.
Okay. I feel bad for Boner already in the ring.
Respectfully, Deanna, a little down with the thickness. Yeah, Shaza McKenzie, shout out.
When do you guys start seeing wrestling? Well, we haven't been exclusive. We're just taking it slow right now.
Right. We're still just talking it out. I swiped left, I swiped right, they swiped right. We're still working it out.
I wouldn't do Toni versus Mariah at World's End. It'd be very interesting because the idea would be if Toni gets the shot at World's End, she's winning. I'd be shocked if Mariah beat her.
Mina Shirakawa is still the wild card in all of this.
Is she going back to Stardom, bro?
Well, and have you seen people that have said of like AW, WWE, whoever needs to snatch her up once she's done her Stardom deal?
I think they should consider it. She over, man.
Well, is she over or is a body part of hers over?
Well, they may. What's the, use what you got to get what you want.
I could see her fitting in NXT.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
If Deanna taps out Shaza, Nick Nemeth is a 77% favorite to win the team tonight, by the way.
Chris, shout out Deanna. As already wins. Literally as we click on that.
Oh, yeah. The fact that they brought this lady in with her resume, she was on a tear, just winning everything. They brought her in, gave her one little sniff at the title, and buried her. And we only ever see her on Rampage, maybe occasionally on Collision. It is devastating what they have done to Deonna Purrazzo.
Is AEW the iceberg of wrestling? Of just we keep seeing ships that just keep fucking sailing into it and crashing.
Never let go, Jack. Jesus Christ.
Well, as we've got Stat, who I think she's on her third or fourth life raft at this point.
Mm-hmm. MDB asking about Shaza, I believe, did wrestle SRS.
I would. sugar honey iced tea on SRS with that, but like man did it and like did it for like charity and everything like that. So I mean, if you're gonna fucking just get your ass kicked and everything and put on a fucking spectacle, if you're gonna do it at least for charity and everything, I can't hate on that.
Yeah. AEW is very disorganized. Yeah, understatement, Hannah.
It's almost like if you shook a snow globe and it was just Tony Khan's office.
That's like into a hoarder's house being like, it's a little cluttery in here.
It's a little clusterfucky.
It needs a little tidying, doesn't it, Meltzer?
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chim.
Did Stat dye her hair? Maybe.
I don't know.
Rampage still has 20 minutes to go. I know it's crazy that a 1 hour show feels longer than anything else I watched this week. But it's actually not a terrible Rampage like the usual Rampage. There's a little bit like we got a Deonna Purrazzo match. We got Toni Storm, Harley Cameron.
Well, we should know. It's like, cool. Well, we went to a fucking exhibition and, all the celebs and all the athletes showed up and everything. That's not supposed to be here. This is all but dead and buried. This is the end of times when it comes to Rampage. Think about it. We've got, 2 shows probably left of Rampage? And then, folks, we're going to be getting done at about 10:30 at night when it comes on a Friday night because no more Rampage.
Yeah, we'll see. We might have 3-hour Smackdown.
No, don't you say that. Don't you say that.
I'd rather have 3-hour Smackdowns than 2 hours.
Yes, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Okay, I remember that's the match that made Sean Fap block me. Oh, there you go. I mean, again, you're welcome to a very big club.
See, what happens though is when your original account gets suspended, then all the accounts that blocked you before didn't block you now. So this is why I can still tag Meltzer and shit and everything. Because Meltzer didn't fuck with me before. Now you do, bitch. I think I tagged Meltzer in our advertisement for the fuck Meltzer shirt.
Right? That's yes. Several times actually. Breaking news. I got a video from Anthony of a fan getting ejected from a TNA show. That's crazy.
Was it Anthony?
It wasn't Anthony.
I gotta ask. Well, if he's the one sending the video, was it a live feed? Like, was it? I hope it wasn't, but I still gotta ask.
I mean, I think we know of other people that have been escorted out of arenas, but not Anthony.
But they didn't do anything wrong, right? They didn't do anything. They were fine. They were just being polite. Well, speaking of getting ejected, I'm going to eject myself here for a brief moment.
As folks, Nick taking a pause for the cause. We are rolling through Rampage right now, and we are rolling through the TNA pay-per-view final resolution as Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, in control of Top Dollar AJ Francis. You heard me. A very WWE main event here tonight. We had Matt Cardona match as well. True story. Not bad. Matt Cardona's match was too long. Go figure. Got that one. Khan was playing with Hologram Toy too hard. Yeah, so Hologram is hurting on the shelf. I saw your question, Hannah. Is it his favorite toy right now? Yeah, I mean, when he's healthy. But yeah, he was, I think, in the sense that, even Meltzer talked about it's Tony's creative, genius. So yeah, it's unfortunate because it's not good. Rampage could be a showcase for the women on Friday nights to show and promote instead of everything else. That's not even a terrible idea. I've said for a long time it should be very much a Ring of Honor Rampage where you're showcasing young up-and-coming talent, kind of like NXT. But that isn't a terrible idea. You have all these women that you say are talented. You put on, Rampage's maybe 90% women's matches. I mean, lonely on a Friday night, hang out with Rampage. Is WWE going back to R-rated once? No. And again, a lot of people talk about the ratings. Like, the show will continue to kind of be where it's at. It's not going R. It's even if they had the opportunity to go R, it's not going to go crazy. But they will push the envelope, I do believe. Big DDT on AJ Francis. Anthony is too bashful to do anything worthy of. Yeah, exactly. If they kicked Anthony out, I'm going to have to cause problems. Nobody messes with me, Tony Rings, right? As I'm getting the package for World's End or Moxley out in the desert, Tony Schiavone in the ring. I could see the showcase replace Rampage. Shockwave. Lots of talk, but that went quiet, Damien. So very interesting. Ring of Honor Rampage would have slapped so hard. Yeah. And if you did it with some of the young up-and-comers, like if Nick Wayne, you sign Nick Wayne, and he's a great young talent, but we never see him wrestle. We never see him do anything. If he had a Ring of Honor show, like a Rampage show in the vibe of NXT, to go spend the next 3-4 years getting better, putting on some weight, growing up, maturing, it'd be awesome. And I've seen what Nick Wayne can do in GCW, on the indies. I know how good he is. And if you were letting him just cut loose and really focus on just 1 hour of matches, not a lot of story, not no story, but a lot of matches, a lot of kind of showcase matches, I think it would be great. Go right back to that Ring of Honor, that true Ring of Honor vibe. You don't have it anymore. And if anyone's curious on Rampage, the family, the Don Callis family in the ring. We got not Drew McIntyre, Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, and Don Callis. Dodge Ram, the official vehicle of murder. That's funny and very accurate, perhaps. I love pushing the envelope. Makes me feel like a mailman. Stupid shit, MDB. Nick Wayne should be getting the same treatment as Javon Evans. I think Nick Wayne has so much potential from what I've seen. MDB, bang on. Exactly a great example. If you had, if you grab Jordan Oliver or you take Danny Garcia or you take, Yuta even, who's a little bland, but if you just let him have good matches, kind of the old NXT vibe, but let the matches get over. The Ring of Honor style, right? A lot of times the matches spoke for themselves. Yeah, they had some stories, they had angles for sure, but a lot of it was what happened in the ring made or broke guys. And again, I think you're bang on with the comparable to Javon. Nick Wayne is a very talented young man, but he doesn't wrestle. Is Don's group the new NWO in terms of bringing too many members? Well, the shuffling, Lisa, the shuffling of members is the frustrating part, is the hard part. You're just, again, he traded with Jake the Snake. This whole idea of trading men and women, it's weird. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. But they suffer, like, you would love to feel like Don's group was a real big heel group, but they don't do shit. And the new members they got, like Brian Cage isn't even here right now. Brian Cage always loses. Lance Archer never wins. Takeshita's a star. Fletcher's a star. But you got to have some more consistency. They put Archer with Don, and he still does nothing. Yeah, it's fucked up. How do you have so many wrestlers doing fuck and all? How is that humanly possible to have all this talent doing nothing? What's your thoughts on Roman versus Solo January 6th? I think it's amazing. They're making the Netflix premiere big. And I'll stand on this for the next little while. I really do expect The Rock to be a factor, at minimum present on January 6th. Big boost for Fletcher, by the way. There's so much sadness in it. Wheeler Yuta is boiled chicken. Yeah. You're not wrong. And again, I don't love him. And part of why I don't love him is that he's being shoved down my throat. Like, we're caught. Like, and I don't take him serious as this badass. And that's everybody in AEW. That's what they want to be. That's all we get in AEW. Everyone's a badass. Everyone's the coolest. Like, nobody has a different persona, right? You're either crazy badass or too cool badass. You're one of the two, and that's all you get. And Yuta, I don't buy as a badass. But if he was fighting other young talent, kind of like, do like a no quarter catch crew vibe thing. I don't know. You know, if he was wrestling for the pure championship. Nick Wayne, Javon Evans tag team would be Taller, London, and Kendrick. Good point.
So which one am I? London or Kendrick? Which one? Which one would you?
I don't know.
I don't
Who's
know.
taller? You get to be the
Do
taller.
I laugh at Vince when he's supposed to blow up and get fired that way? I feel like I'd probably do that.
Right. Remember when he got initiated into the BCC and he scrawled those letters across his chest in blood and everyone was chanting his name? Feels like an eon ago. Yeah, Yuta.
Oh, well, Christ, the fucking Yuta and Moxley match that kind of made Wheeler Yuta anything. Like, yeah, that's long forgotten. But I heard you talking about the Callis family and everything, and
here comes
in the chat and everything of to where like Callis's issue has been he had the biggest baby face in a heel faction for most of this run and everything.
Yeah.
Like it's never felt like a heel faction when you had Ospreay in it.
Yep. And it was so splintered and it didn't make sense. And Ospreay, ran Ripshaw through the whole fucking squad, and then you made trades and you tricked, you did the old fucking, you sold the man some beans is what you did when you got Lance Archer off of Jake the Snake for 3 guys you didn't manage that he never manages. It's the what the fuck are we doing?
Speaking of what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing with this match of Archer and Bakasha versus Mark Davis and Hobbs? The Callis family's imploding, and we never knew it started.
Why is Brian Cage not here?
Why is Mark Davis here?
By the way, a decent main event between AJ and Nick. Like,
don't you lie like that.
It's good.
It's a good Thursday match. It's a great Thursday match. I don't know which to care of. Oh,
no, it's good.
There's a choke slam into a Rough Rider.
Yeah, it's a good
kick.
A shitty super kick.
Well, have you seen? I saw people that now the conversation, the discourse online has very much finally become of a super kick at this point is no different than a clothesline. 1, 2, 3.
Dolph Ziggler gets the pin on AJ Francis.
And instantly Casey Navarro jumps him.
Okay, little Navarro.
Yeah, but Navarro's not beating Nemeth for the TNA World Championship.
Oh, shouldn't even fight him for it.
I almost would, out of the two, I'd take Navarro over AJ. Well, and now they're working over Ziggler, so bet you here's where we get a JBL clothesline.
Right, maybe. It's still the funniest thing.
On the lonesome highway, east of Omaha.
Right.
Joe Hendry.
Oh, the number 1 contender.
Oh, we're going to have those two tag. And then how will they exist? How can they coexist? They're supposed to be facing each other.
Out goes AJ. Navarro following right behind.
He gets caught by AJ.
Oh, cradle.
Hit me like one of your French girls.
So, Don Callis family, like you have this match, this tag match, and you put your champion, your newly crowned champion, in the tag match when the guy's former partner's on the other side. Why not put Fletcher in this match?
This is just bad.
Is that a bad question? I'm just asking out loud.
No, you're fine with that. I'm just saying the match itself is just bad. I mean, we've got Aubrey, we've got a lot of people I should care about, but I don't. Like,
ooh,
did Rampage? Think about it. You had Toni Storm come back on the end of Dynamite, and her return match wasn't even the main event on a Rampage. What? Like, that's the thing is, to me, this is more of why are we having this match? This is a dark match at best. This shows more of the times of why Rampage is about to cease to be.
Yeah, nobody was hoping for this match 4.5 hours into watching wrestling.
No one asked for this match. The people booked in this match didn't ask for this match.
Right. And I got Joe Henry and Nick Nemeth nose to nose as TNA goes off the air, folks.
Right.
Hell of a pay-per-view from TNA tonight. But yeah, Joe Hendry, your number one contender. Nick Nemeth, your champion. Should be interesting at Genesis.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, trust me, we got a lot of interesting things to look forward to when it comes to 2025. Think about it. You were talking about it while I was on the pause, and it got brought up when you were on a pause of Roman versus Solo. We've got the Punk versus Seth. We've got everything popping off with Netflix debut. We've got everything to look forward to now when it comes to TNA in 2025. Some things are going to be very interesting. Some things are going to be, we're going to see how they go in that direction. But yeah, just wait. We thought 2024 pro wrestling was insane. It's only about to get crazier.
No, 100%, man. I mean, it's crazy. And it's nonstop. The one, a couple things that popped up in the chat while you were gone that I kind of saved. One was Moxley. What is he saving AEW from? What is he
himself?
What is he accomplishing? Like, what disturbance is he causing? What has he really done? Like, did he not watch, instead of watching weird foreign films, why not watch some, old wrestling? Like, you're doing the NWO gimmick, but they fuck shit up. They took over shows. Moxie ain't doing shit.
I still don't get anyone that's saying that he's doing the old NWO gimmick and everything like that. I don't think
he's trying.
Well, no, he's doing a terrible fucking version at it at best of just honestly, honestly, overall, and we're this long in the video, so I'm gonna say it. What the fuck are we doing with any of this? Of Moxley felt like it was gonna be cool, felt like it was gonna be a thing. And so far, the only thing that's felt worth a fuck is the Hurt Syndicate, the Hurt Business. Moxley feels like an afterthought because he's out there poisoning people and doing stupid shit like that and everything. Unbelievable shit. We have the FTR that's now involved in this because, fuck, we got him under contract, so we might as well use them.
I'm shocked.
Nothing about this anymore makes any fucking... We have Darby punching himself in the face until he bleeds. Like, literally... Why the fuck are we doing? Like, I feel like I walked down the wrong turn in an alleyway and everything, and I walked into a goddamn crack den of we've got Moxley Skinhead out there just saying nonsense, just driving around doing a Dodge Ram commercial, and we've got Darby just punching himself in the face until he bleeds and everything because that's how tough he is. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Well, it makes me laugh so hard. And I'm literally at the point with some of it where I do just chuckle. It's so silly, it's funny now. And like Mox,
that's a terrible position to be in.
It's complete apathy. It's horrible for wrestling.
That's so amazing. That's the perfect way you said that right there. It's apathy. It's apathy elite wrestling right now.
It is bad, and that's bad.
It's apathy emotional wrestling.
It's true. And again, crazy shit. Like the Moxley not selling anything is atrocious. Like if Moxley was like a territory day wrestler, he would have had his ass handed to him on multiple.
Bruce Brody gonna see you in the ring, my guy. We're gonna just call it in the ring. We're gonna see how that shit goes.
Hey, sell one more of my punches, you'll have no choice.
But that's the thing, is it could have been good.
Yes.
They made it so not good. Like literally the only thing that they have left that's the fucking candle in the wind is the Hurt Syndicate. And I'm waiting for them to just blow that out too.
Right. No, I mean, it's crazy. And somebody brought up the idea of it was Boston saying that like Will Ospreay never thought that Will Ospreay wouldn't feel out of place in AEW, and he kind of does feel out of place. And I kind of think with this, it's not that he so much feels out of place; he just feels like mispositioned. Like, he's not in the right place on the show, so he does feel like it doesn't work.
Everyone's there though. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Does he feel like is he just outgrown it? Is he outdone it? Like, that's the thing is, like, look at the title scene right now of you've got Christian Cage, Darby Allin, Jay White, Hangman Page, John Moxley. It's a clusterfuck. And it's not like there's an established kind of pecking order. It feels like we're going to get a match to where they all challenge each other.
Davis! Sorry, Mark Davis was giving me some stanky leg, a little bit of fucking
do the stanky leg, do the stanky leg.
It was actually good.
Now I got the stanky. I got the stanky. I'm a bit behind you, but you're fine.
Yeah, Hobbs getting a big pop. Mark Davis, because he's selling the hot tag, got a big pop. We might not like the booking, but at least you got guys like this that are like, see, use them. The crowd will cheer.
Yeah, it's almost like if you did this on the fucking Dynamite when the show mattered.
But the thing with Ospreay is, I think Ospreay is another glaring example of Tony doesn't know how to make stars. He doesn't know what to do with big names. And the egos within his little bubble, his silo, it holds good talent down. And time again, it feels like the best talent in your company is being pulled to the bottom. And that's what blows my mind. And I think that's what ultimately will come out one day. And it will be the reason that AEW never flourished, was inner egos, inner bullshit.
WC.
Yeah, facts.
It's creative control. Well, I thought you were about to say what blows my mind is Kyle Fletcher's glasses there with the fucking drapery and everything afterwards. This man taking a page out of Seth Rollins' book. But yeah, no, of the whole time you were talking about that, all I could picture is Tommy Boy of here's my deal. And I pet it and I stroke it and then I like that's what this feels like at times.
That's actually perfect.
Like, I have this new deal. I have this. And then I pet it and I stroke it. And what have I done?
Yeah, that's 100%. Someone needs to meme that. That is the best shit ever, because that is exactly what it is. It's like, look at my new wrestler. He's so pretty.
I pet him. I love you. And then that's what it is. Like, my God, I hate to be that 90s guy, but fuck me. If it's not obvious at this point, like, you're wasting so many things on ancillary, on insignificant bullshit, and you get so caught up in pettiness and everything. Like, this, the biggest thing with AW is it feels personal. It doesn't feel like a business. It doesn't feel like a company. It feels personal.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Like imagine like Stone Cold cuts that 316, that infamous 316 promo.
You talk about your Psalms. Well, Austin 316 says, "I just whooped your ass."
Exactly. And then Raw shows up and people got signs and they're going nuts. And the next week and it's getting bigger, and then you don't push them. You don't push Austin. You put Austin in a feud with Funaki.
I'd love to book Austin, but unfortunately, we can't. And then someone hands Vince a 316 sign, and he's like, "I'll sign it on the back. I can't sign it on the front."
But that's what I mean. Like, rule one is listen to the crowd. Don't listen to the internet audience. Listen.
They have to be loud to listen to, though. They have to make noise.
Give them a reason to be loud. Is Hobbs just laid out Takeshita? Oh, we're getting a title match.
That's what it's got to be, and I'm worried that Takeshita's going to lose. Big ass spine buster. Hobbs probably hits the best spine buster in the game since Arn Anderson. I will say that. I will give the man props on that.
Got a good one. I
hate that Takeshita's an afterthought, though. Motherfuck.
Right. Do Penta Jr. show up next Friday? See, now we're gonna get like the Penta watch. Like everybody's like this show, that show.
I wouldn't put a time limit on it. I wouldn't expect that any time live. I think it goes one of two different ways of either Penta's just on a pause for a good bit, or he's waiting. Literally, he's gonna wait until Fenix is out, and then we get Tandem show up. Like, that's the bigger question: is does Penta show up without Fenix? Does he show up without Ray?
Yeah, I can't see him waiting a year. If it was like 3 months, yeah. If it was 4 months, yeah. But if it's going to be a year, if the reports are true, it's going to be up to a year. Yeah, you might as well go on a solo run, bro. You can always revamp yourself when your brother is ready.
Right. Triple H would like to have a word about the greatest
This
moment. Oh, he's got a good one. Batista has a good one.
Batista had a good one.
I honestly, I think Batista's I put over Hunter's. Arn Anderson still has, he's the fucking picture perfect when it comes to that move.
Right. Why did Takeshita get the title yet doing nothing with it, but had it and was looking, but Ospreay had it and was looking like the face of the company. AW has 13 titles, 2 tournaments, and Dynamite and a partridge in a pear tree. But it's all afterthoughts. Listen, there's so many things that have gone wrong with titles. Look, even the fucking diamond ring, dynamite. Like even that got all fucked up. Like the fact that they've like, why do you change the rules every year? Like you had a battle royal with no finish, and then did the finish a week later to have a match 2 weeks later. None of it makes sense.
But see, to me, I think it all doesn't make sense, and it's all fucking just we make the rules on the fly. Right. Welcome to AEW, where the matches are made up and the results don't matter. Right. But I think, and I'll say if, or actually I should say when, not if, of when they lose to Kesha, when they lose Hobbs and everything, those are going to be much deeper cuts than when they lose a Penta, when they lose the Fenix and everything, because they've still been using them transitionally here or there. Like Takeshita to me is a guy that if he was not in AEW and you throw him into WWE, you could instantly put him against an LA Knight, Shinsuke. You instantly can drop him in the main card.
Yeah.
And even him being new, it works because he's got the size, the stature, the talent. He's one of their biggest blue chips. This guy went from being the alpha to Kenny's omega, and now he's losing to Hobbs. And that's not a knock on Hobbs, but still.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, I think ultimately you get into this, you get into the trouble of you have to find a way to bring your best foot forward. You got to make these guys look sensible. Having all these titles, again, another perfect example is the Continental Classic. Like, they never really explained it. Like, did Okada relinquish the belt? Is he champion till the end? Does the winner of the tournament have to fight Okada, even though he's in the tournament? You're overcomplicating everything. You're not explaining anything clearly. It's one kind of oops after another oops after another oops. I don't know why it's so complicated for no reason.
Because Cocaine, the wrestler, is a hell of a guy, and see, I can say that because now that's an actual wrestler and everything. But sometimes it gets a little when you're on Martian powders, it gets a little convoluted. But I digress.
Right. And they could do some good storytelling going back to Penta, like you brought up. But and truthfully, real quick about the people jumping ship, I think my biggest concern if I'm Tony Khan is if they start clearing out your future guys. You're like if they get their hands on the younger Wardlow, Hobbs, guys that are
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
MJF. Yeah, you're right. Like I completely agree. Like that's their big fear because then you're going to really end up in that WCW pickle. If you go back to the wars of they were getting guys just getting to their prime or haven't even reached their prime yet, and they were bringing those guys in, and you were scooping up guys that were past their prime, and that's what Tony's going to be left with because the younger guys, their contract's going to expire, and they're still going to be young. Even when MJF's next contract expires, he's still a young guy with a lot of career left.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's an interesting case because remember the whole, bidding war of 2024 just seemed to dissipate and go nowhere. But like, I'll trade Takeshita for a Bobby Lashley right now. I would take that trade straight up and everything. And that's really if you start to gut the youth out of AEW, that's I think part of why there was the whole conversation about whether it be accurate or valid or not of what Daniel Garcia and that conversation of if you start to gut the developing stars, the foundation, the pillars per se of AW, you rock the foundation, you rock it to its core.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, they might get a few names go the other way, but this is a very interesting comment from 316 is we are getting close to winding down, folks. Rampage is done. Final resolution is done. We are back tomorrow for Saturday main event. It's going to be a fun one live at 7:30, and we got so much more coming your way. But yeah, I guess according to the Wrestling Observer, so you already know it's 90% bullshit.
I've seen other people report this though, so I won't say it was just them.
Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green versus Joey Janela and Mega Bane. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm sure, probably.
Well, no, that was that was thrown out, and allegedly WWE shut it down, and now people are using that as the weapon of mass distraction. Of well, see, it's not just AW that's shooting shit down and everything like that.
Yeah.
Well, see, they didn't do da.
Yeah.
But it's to me, it's one doesn't correlate to the other.
Yeah.
Like one's still letting Shayna Baszler and XYZ and everything show up on their shows and everything like that. Like, just because they didn't want to do that thing, I think it's more of ultimately, I think the ultimate chess piece in all of this is Matt Cardona. Because think about it, in that story, Matt Cardona's involved. In the Hammerstein debacle, I guess, with now what's become of him and Jericho and everything, Cardona's involved. Cardona's the chess piece. Cardona is the one that he's the mercenary of I'll just do whatever for a payday.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think that that he is kind of the big moving piece, and we don't know what the true story is, and I'm still having trouble buying it. But what if the answer was like, listen, right now we're working on giving Chelsea a push. We kind of, we think that's great, but at this time we're not willing to do that because we're in the middle of something with her. We don't want to jeopardize it, blah, blah, blah. I have no problem with them saying that. So
how about no, you crazy figure bastard?
Right? Need you in a match with Joey Janela.
Right. You're not going from fighting Nick Gage to fighting in LA Knight right now.
There you go. Is the AEW world title tainted now? We haven't seen it in weeks. That's one of the weirdest things. That we haven't seen their world title on TV since Moxley won it.
It wouldn't be tainted if the shit that they were doing around it wasn't tainted. Like, to me, the whole poisoning and everything of like, we're just going to hold you down and shove fucking Drano down your throat. Like, what in the fuck? Who thought of this? Like,
Moxley's
I really hope
he's
got at least two brain cells that clack together.
Right.
Like the little toy that you use to get to where it's little things you got the handle and they clack together. At least he might have that and everything, because motherfucker, that's just a bad idea. Like, that's not good. That has no positive outcome.
And again, okay, fine. Let's okay, it's a shit idea. They shouldn't do it. But what if you're gonna do it, Orange Cassidy can't show up a couple days later? Fine. You gotta get the next show.
He's in the hospital. Beep, beep, beep.
Oh, Mr. McMahon.
Who would do that? Who would be the Mick Foley and everything like that?
But that's what I mean, though. Like, you got to sell it. It's like Jack Perry gets set on fire and gets the pin. If you're going to do shit like that, we might not agree that it's a good idea. But if you're going to go nuts, then you got to make it matter. You have to sell it. It has to be a thing. Like,
actions have to have consequences.
Yeah.
And I feel with AW, there are no consequences to any actions. Oh, well, unless you punch someone or choke that. Like if you do it backstage, you can get fired real fast.
Yeah.
Now, why can't FedEx just show up and just punch Sammy Guevara in the face like Andrade? Would be good.
12 months is a long fucking time. If they are holding him for 12 months due to injury, the next 12 months is going to be very interesting at what Ray Phoenix does to make it less than 12 months. That's the plan.
Well, what's also going to be very interesting is the Ariel Helwani interview afterwards when this man is actually able to talk, because goddamn, this man is not going to sign in any. We saw it with Ryan Nemeth. They offered him a 3-year salary and everything like that. And he's like, nah, how about no? So when a lot of these people are free and clear and NDA free, what comes out is going to be very interesting talking points. Like people really sandbagged and really hung Punk over the coals. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing about the Tony parties, similar to the Diddy parties, the less fun. But I want to hear those stories. I know they're out there.
Just replace lube with Meltzer stars.
No, that's what
I got 1,000 Meltzer stars.
I'm convinced a bunch of them all have pictures and secrets on each other, and that's why we're getting the booking that we're getting.
Whips and chain, handcuffs, back a little booty, I'll whip my belt, scream out.
But on that wonderful note, ladies and gentlemen,
you can't, no. You can't say into that. You gotta at least tell people. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do the
all right, yeah, fair enough. I was like, that's a hard transition, my guy.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna jump. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night we are here for Saturday Night Main Event, 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. Plus, we're here for all your favorite wrestling all the weeks. We literally go live 300 plus days a year, unlike any other channel out there. We appreciate everyone for being a part of the show. Come back tomorrow. Come back. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Go check all our socials: Insta, X, TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads. What else we got? We got fucking it all. Spotify, Apple Music. Go check all the shit. Go check all the links and go get a t-shirt.
How about this? If you go and click on a link on a social media app and everything like that, and we're not there, you let us know and say we should be there, because trust me, I bet you we got you beat on everything else 100%.
Right.
Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. We do what we do because other people can't do what we do. But our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you put that full life with it.
Come back to the main event tomorrow night, folks. Until then, see you on the flip side. Good night.